Welcome back, Exiles, for the grand finale, a final event for this weekend, marking the end of week 2. We have Goratha, DeadandDoom, Ventrua, and TheUberElite going head-to-head to claim victory.
I'm seeing DeadandDoom race as Twitch chat this time around.
Ooh.
Let's see if that helps him or not. He's opted to not put anything RNG related in there, because when he put acceleration shines in there before, he did not get any. So
Representing Twitch chat. Chat saying, hey, that's me, we're racing. Chat's pretty hyped for this one. Looks like the racers are off. Uber taking the early lead again to bait his racers into going a bit faster, possibly working against him or for him, depending if they take more risks. Let's throw out some quick stats from the first run. TheUberElite with the best average time in the Merville burst, 15:49, followed by DeadandDoom, 15:53. And right after that is Ventrua, 16:30, and Goratha, 16:38.
We have a set of 4 incredible races here. TheUberElite doing just so insanely well today across all 3 of his runs, and setting some records for himself at least. And as a player who's set some records for the Vaal kills in the past, so it's going to be very competitive. DeadandDoom, obviously, god of PoE racing as Twitch chat, repping Twitch chat as well, which could help or hinder him. Who knows? It's 50-50 when it comes to Twitch chat. Goratha being playing insanely well, and Ventrua getting here despite a death in the semifinals.
Very impressive.
Just insane. Very impressive.
So looking at the classes, we saw Shadow, Marauder, and Duelist. I think we'll definitely see Shadow and Duelist in today's Vaal kill. They have 38 minutes to complete the run. If they go over that, then 38 will be their maximum time for that run. I did have a couple of concerns before the event from our racers saying, hey, for the third class, it is almost impossible to get 35 minutes, so we did have a small last-minute adjustment at the end. I gave them extra 3 minutes per run. 38
is actually like a pretty strict time we've set for this one as well. It's possible for the players to not hit that if things go a little bit wrong for them in the race. So
D&D was very vocal saying, yo, this is impossible. I can't do this. There's no way I'm getting 35 if not Shadow or Duelist. I'm like, okay. I see.
It's worth considering at that point if D&D's be like, yeah, it's not possible. Not possible, man. Come on.
I mean, it's definitely possible, but it's unlikely. I might have I don't remember the exact words he spoke with, but it was something along those lines.
What's the worst class here for Vaal, do you think? The worst class that players will be playing, because obviously worst class might be like Witch or Scion or something, but worst class that they'll actually be taking.
It's not going to be Shadow or Duelist. That being said, Duelist was actually the worst class out of the 3 the players picked in the previous runs, so that's kind of interesting. I've seen Ranger, is what I've heard in practice runs, and it'll be cool to see some Marauder runs too. But they can't use Leap Slam. The movement skill penalty will be coming into effect here. So I'm expecting Ranger just for the blink arrow.
Just to be clear, the penalties or the restrictions have all been reset from the last rounds. This is setting any restrictions based on the actual races within this set of burst races here.
Exactly. Looks like all 4 of our racers are playing Shadows at the moment, and D&D being the fastest overall Shadow player in the semis, 15:20.
He's going to be hitting his title aisle just a little bit ahead of the other guys, but everyone's getting there pretty much around the same time. Only a few seconds behind the other 3 players doing it. Goratha and Ventrua are doing it almost in sync. Goratha not going for his Quicksilver though. What? In a Vaal race? In
a Vaal race? He knows this is a Vaal race, right? Maybe you can get someone to send him a message real quick. It's a Vaal race? Like, it's not a Merville kill, it's not a Brutus kill.
I put some faith in these races that they know what they're doing, and they know the races they're participating in, but you never know, I guess.
What if he's going for a higher item level Quicksilver because he wants to get a roll on it?
Possibly. I mean, you can't get that adrenaline. It's not possible to get that from that quest, but there is one mod I think that you can get if you get a higher item level, right?
Yeah, you can get anti-freeze, but is that really going to be an issue?
Yeah, not really. Like, it helps with Mervale, but that's not a big deal as races proven they're able to successfully dominate Mervale. I don't think we had any racer die to Mervale in the last set of races. These players have Mervale fights down pat.
Exactly. So I just saw D&D pick up a rare Driftwood Wand. So that's going to be pretty exciting. See if he gets any nice rolls on that. D&D with excellent RNG as usual. I mean, horrible RNG. My apologies. Taking a look at our other racers. Have they gotten anything special? Uber has a pair of boots. Are they move speed? No move speed. And ooh, because Goratha got 10% MS. Did not see where he got that.
Ooh, very nice pair of red
And
boots
he
there.
opts
Yeah,
to go for Tidal Island now after the ledge waypoint, I believe. Very interesting.
So yeah, that slightly higher item level Quicksilver must be a factor for him, or maybe he's just worked out different splits of times that he wants to go do this.
Yeah.
I feel like the XP is a little bit less efficient here, but if you're just running there and killing Hailrake, I guess, then maybe it doesn't make too much difference. Certainly a safer Hailrake kill, if that's an issue at all.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely safer, and he's have way more damage. Maybe that was the strat.
Yeah, very unusual plays here. We'll see if it makes any difference for him.
Oh, maybe it's because... So now he logs out, and then he resets his ledge from town now, instead of just doing an extra reset. So he's saving a bit more time. So he saves the vendor, and he saves that like 2 or 3 seconds, that reset time. 200 IQ move by Goratha. Min-maxing a couple extra seconds here.
Yeah, possibly seeing... Yeah, possibly seeing like merging of these town runs as much as possible, just to like minimize town downtime. I mean, that's a big deal. If so, if you're saving like 20 seconds in town, then that's kind of a big deal.
A couple of players saying, "I don't get it." Well, I'll explain it again. So, if you have a very short ledge run in your first half, that means your second half will be longer. So you usually want to reset it. And then he's combining that with his strategy of doing your Hellrake after you do Mudflats for the Quicksilver. You do that afterwards because it saves you a town trip. So he's combining 2 strategies into 1 here.
Yeah, it does like sound like it hinges a little bit on getting that shorter first half of the ledge, but I guess you can always go back and just not reset if you don't.
Although, the downside is he did not have his Quicksilver in ledge or submerged passageway, so there is some cons here. It's not 100% a win.
That's true. It's a bit of a downside as well, so I don't know.
Another thing the chat just pointed out is maybe he wanted to ensure he got level 3 to check his vendors and make sure he gets the colors. And looks like it did work out for him. I did not see when he got his green, blue wand, but he does have one right now. Or maybe he messed up, says Gucci. But I think if he's made it this far, I think he knows what he's doing.
That's possible, but that seems like an unlikely thing to forget. I don't know. I feel like I struggle to imagine the players.
Oh my goodness! D&D dropping 2 coral rings from the same pack. Insane. Already has an iron ring to help him craft his +1 later. Nicely done.
And that is what you want on the shadow as well. The iron ring's not making any difference here. And player's not really needing to, for a Vaal kill, craft any resistance rings so much apart from trying to get that +1, so you can save that other iron ring that he's got there.
Exactly.
For that.
Taking a look at our
In the past, we used to see players getting a cold resist ring from a Vaal safety, but these days it seems like everyone's confident enough with the Vaal that they're happy to go through with just the bare minimum.
Use their medium, use their large life. If they have a large life, it's pretty safe, I feel.
Yeah, medium's maybe a little sketchy in some cases, but the large carries.
So it looks like our adaptations from the Merville and Brutus race, where they skip the lower prison vendor, is coming into effect even in a Vaal kill. Opting to combine that town, that shopping, with the post-Brutus kill.
Interesting to see these like small evolutions and testing of different strategies. Things are changing like every week that we cast some races. Just even like some of these minor things, people are like testing and experimenting with slightly different ways of doing things to eke out small advantages.
Those blue packs though, sorry to distract, those blue packs and Ventrua right after each other. Awesome. He's almost level 8 already. The 839 mark.
Damn, that XP. Yeah, he's flying ahead.
D&D also getting a huge blue pack. Let's take a look at all our racers. Ventrua is in the upper prison, almost level 8. D&D in a similar position, almost exact same position. Uber is doing a early vendor, interesting enough. I guess he wanted a large life class to make it a bit safer. Ventrua and D&D still on the smalls. Goratha is also on triple smalls in upper prison. Most of the players opting to play it a bit risky. If you deem it risky with the bear trap setup.
Yeah, even like how good these players are, Brutus on small life loss is always a risky affair. Things can go wrong very easily in the Brutus fight. An unlucky set of auto attacks or a chain pull at the wrong time. Ooh, it can go badly, and then small life loss just does not heal fast enough.
Exactly. Running into a bit of dead ends, makes it out. Blue D&D also ran into a dead end, which will give Goratha and Ventrua a chance to take the lead here. Seem to be in the same position right now. See which one takes out Brutus first. Does Ventrua have a bear trap set up? I believe he does. Definitely will need it with a small life loss set up. Goratha does have his links already good to go. So Ventrua also has a 3-link. His damage should be roughly equal.
I like how on Ventrua's screen right now we just see all movement all on his toolbar. No skills, just movement. Just pause move.
Goratha is not pre-stacking, gets pulled in though, gets around 5 traps and bear trap in.
Ooh, chain pull.
Ventrua setting up his links right now, doing the pre-traps. Looks like a bear trap and 4 explosive traps. A bit different from the last race. All players are doing 9 explosive traps. I wonder what the optimal strategy is here. And Goratha takes out his
pre-traps, but Goratha gets the kill first.
Ooh, Alchemy, Sapphire Ring, Rustic Sash, and a rare longbow.
Very nice set of gear for Ventrua there. Rare Rustic Sash, rare ring, and an Alch. He's going to be just decked out in rares.
Since they are on Shadows, I do believe level 18 gems might come in play. They'll get a lot of XP with the Frost Bomb setup. So extending... Yeah. Ooh, he just straight up vendors everything for transmutations. See what he purchases with the transmute.
Doesn't even keep the rare ring even, just wants...
Oh, he does. I think he still has it. The Sapphire Ring. Right there.
Oh no, there it is.
Our top right here we have Twitch chat, aka D&D, fighting Brutus. He's going pretty well.
Twitch chat. You got this.
Didn't pre-trap too much, but damage is looking solid nonetheless. Nicely done.
I have to give credit to DeadandDoom here for working the crowd. I think
definitely is the crowd favorite here.
Yeah, that's like a thing, you know. The best gladiators were the ones who knew how to work the crowd, and get the crowd on your side, win their hearts, and you'll win your freedom.
Exactly.
And the races here are racing for their freedom. All of these races are indeed imprisoned in Havoc's basement, and they are racing for their freedom. So everything is on the line for them here.
I thought we're at the Coliseum at ExileCon. Oh wait, was I not supposed to leak that yet? Might have breaking some NDA there. Well, GG will be announcing some more info shortly on the Coliseum. I mean, wait, what? So Twitch chat is in the lead. No, it is not in the lead. Goratha is actually in the lead right now. In the ship graveyard. Ventrua shortly behind.
A nice little lead.
Twitch chat catching up.
Falling behind substantially this race. Not sure what's happened to him.
We say falling behind, but hey, a 12-minute Brutus is still very solid. Almost a 13-minute mark though. It's definitely,
it's not so much he's falling behind, it's just the other races are just flying right now.
Exactly. I'm just watching his skill intensely, and it's done nicely. It's a couple of blue weapons. See if he IDs them, gets anything nice. But yeah, I'm surprised Ventrua vendored most of those rares there. I thought he would ID some of them, vendor them for alteration shards to get those alterations wrecked too. Taking a look at our racers. Do they have anything special so far gear-wise? Looks like D&D has a +1 fire. So that would make sense. I noticed in his Brutus skill, he used a no-link explosive trap because it wasn't in a +1 fire. This does have a blue socket. We want to get out of lightning there. Opted for a 3-link frost bomb. No +1. Frost bomb out of lightning onslaught. He has a bear trap and lesser poison setup as well.
Yeah, determining the +1 is worth it there, but it's just a green-blue link for his +1, so he'll be able to use that if he throws like a added lightning or something in there, I guess.
So both Ventrua and Uber have a flat elemental damage to spells weapon in their offhand. It's Goratha only on... Watcher says he has 1 weapon, but I see he has 2. Once the updates, we'll let you know what he has. Goratha picking up a second mana pot, sorry. We'll be identifying that mid-fighting.
+1 fire gems, 3-link wand for Goratha actually.
Ooh.
Blue, green. Slightly awkward colors maybe, but still quite
definitely
nice.
Good for your Frostbomb setup. He might be making that swap shortly enough. Oh, he does have added cold at the moment. Oh, Goratha going really low down to 50 HP. Gets hit by some exploders. Has to be careful. Does not want to incur death here. Who is in the lead at the
Surprised we
moment?
didn't see any exploding squid deaths.
Yeah.
We saw a very close
Goratha
call.
again.
Oh, another one. Another close call.
Reaches a dead end, realizes it, turns it right away. He's in the Cavern of Anger. Ventrua also in the Cavern of Anger. I can't tell who's in the lead right now. All of our players running to dead ends at roughly the same time. Goratha hits level 10. Looks like DeadandDoom and Ventrua are already level 10. Looks like Ventrua found the exit. Goes back for a second to pop his Frostbomb on a big blue pack. Get a bit more XP on the way. XP will be important. You want to level up your skills as a caster, do more damage. Especially for Vaal.
Goratha gets a bonus Sapphire Ring on the way to Vaal there. Just auto-equips that. Gonna make the fight a fair bit safer for him. Just been able to tank some of that stuff there. Still don't want to eat those full barrages.
Definitely do not. See if Ventrua equipped a Sapphire Ring yet. Does not appear he's done so. And D&D, he is having a rough time in the Cavern of Anger. He cannot find Merville's lair. While our other racers are pushing ahead right now. And this will give Uber an opportunity to catch up as well. Remember, this is 3 races, back to back to back.
It's a bit of a marathon for the races as well. You have to keep up your energy levels.
15:24. Merville killed by Goratha. That's a
very nice
time that would be competitive in the first race.
Yeah, that's like that was DeadandDoom's fastest time actually. Exactly the same as his fastest time.
Exactly. Now we did roll the wheel before the race started, and the wheel picked Goratha. There was no question, so does that mean Goratha's going to win? Is he going to lose? Is he going to choke? Is he going to C9? We will find out after.
The wheel just mentioned Goratha's name, so whether that's for positive or negative, only the wheel knows. All hail the wheel.
All hail the wheel has taken over Kaduku.
Praise he be.
Looks like Ventrua has finally equipped a Sapphire Ring. We'll see if it has any good stats on it in a moment. DeadandDoom has just entered the Cavern of Anger. He is a zone and a half behind, while other players are pushing ahead. Twitch chat is killing an essence right now. What will he get? An essence of anger. He will definitely throw it on a weapon. It looks like he's going to throw it on boots. Does not get moves, so he gets life and dual res. Just can still be appreciated to a degree.
Yeah, that's definitely something, but not your move speed that you want.
Like Uber will soon be at Merville. Definitely, the race is long enough. You will have time to catch up in a race like this. Is he having any trouble gear-wise? I don't believe so. Just have his 3-link Frostbomb set up for the mobility and a 2-link for single target, so he should be fine here. Messing up his flame dash a bit, but eventually gets it going. So I'm able to enter the boss fight.
Okay, taking a few shortcuts on a small delay. Let's see how his Vaal kill goes. Doesn't have any extra life or sapphire rings or anything, but he does have that large life flask, so he can handle those second phase Geises.
See how his fight goes. I like to point out that Ventrua just got debated by the cave in Old Fields, the den. He thought that was the exit to the crossroads, but as he walked up to it, realized that was the incorrect way. I
haven't seen players get tricked by that before. It's one of those freak ones.
The pressure may be getting to him. DeadandDoom 1756. Merville, not too shabby. We'll have some work cut out for him to catch up, but if anyone can do so, he's definitely a player that can. Goratha is in the Chamber Sins level 1.
Is a bonus for him.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. Equips it right away. Looks like it's a life mana.
Resist?
Yeah, resist. Nice. Might even been some Dexter as well.
Does the dexterity play a factor here for the shadows? Do you need sometimes to pick up like a Jade Amulet or anything like that for any of these skills?
I guess unless you level your Bear Trap higher, if you want more slow. The longer the slow is, the longer the damage buff, I believe. Same way, level up your Onslaught higher. I don't know if they actually have dex issues though. That's something we'll have to find out.
Yeah, I think a lot of the skills are hybrid dexterity intelligence, so I don't have particularly high requirements, but I play a minor role maybe.
Definitely. Ooh, I totally forgot. In our longer races, we have Blade Vortex. And it's coming back. Goratha, the first player hit level 12. He's equipped it already. D&D also has one. He might have also leveled to level 12 at a similar time. And they are neck and neck at the moment. D&D catching up significantly to Goratha.
I think it's pretty safe to expect that all of these players will take advantage of Blade Vortex for those boss kills and use the Frost Bombs for the pack clears. Seems like a very, very efficient setup for Shadows.
Looks like DeadandDoom's also level 12, and we just seen him equip it and apply 3 skill points at the same time. And Ventrua is right there as well, in the same position as D&D, slightly ahead. Looks like Goratha is throwing his traps down. Very safe, very easy. Did not even use his Blade Vortex on the fight. See, Ventrua going for a slightly different strategy. Throws one Frost Bomb. Ooh, goes really low. 86 HP. Oh, and he dies. He dies. Oh no, has a huge setback. He has to run all the way back on top of the 1 minute penalty. He is not happy about that one. You take a look at Twitch chat's kill on the other hand. Gracefully tanks Fidelitis, and probably thanks him as well for not critting him. Takes him down very easily with the Blade Vortex.
Oh, super unfortunate for Ventrua there. That's the worst spot to die probably in this entire race, I think.
Exactly. Looks like he will... Oh, he drops his explosive trap by accident. Maybe on purpose. We'll see. He's checking his friends list too, see where the other players are. Typed Zai. Zai is not participating in this race, unfortunately. Did not make it out of the group stage. Probably meant to type D&D. Ooh, Twitch chat has an acceleration shrine in the riverways. Twitch chat getting awesome RNG right now. He is beasting ahead.
Well done, guys. You can give yourselves a bit of a pat on the back there. We did it, chat. Well played, chat.
It's like D&D has caught up to Goratha, but Goratha took the time to craft a +1 cold. Let's take a look at D&D's gear. I mean, Twitch chat's gear. Does he have +1 cold? No, it's just a white Superior Driftwood one at the moment. We'll see what he decides to do later on. He is actually enters the Western Forest the exact same time as Goratha. Very interesting.
Yeah. Just maybe slightly ahead there.
DeadandDoom's having a bit of trouble here.
Exactly.
Looks like DeadandDoom's having a bit of trouble here in the Chamber of Sins. But finds a zombie pack, gets his onslaught buff, and should make it to Sins level 2 in a moment. Ventrua not too far behind. Still has a minute penalty on top, but should be able... Still has a chance to catch up in a race like this.
The way that Frostbomb blows up packs is just so attractive. So good, especially with that +1, it's just guaranteed. It kills everything.
And Goratha pushes ahead. He is the first player to enter the Weaver's Chamber. This should be a fairly easy fight for most of our players, I think. Fidelitis, what we can argue is the most difficult boss in this race.
Yeah, I think the scariest. Easily. Easily the scariest. Definitely not Vaal. Vaal himself is just like a formality, I think.
Exactly.
To ending the race. There's a bit of RNG in the a bit of luck in the Vaal kill itself, though, in terms of what he does, as well as a few little strategies that can be kind of cute. Both Blade Vortexes just shredding Weaver, which is to be expected. You want insta-phasing Weaver, getting her up in the roof as quickly as possible.
Just logged out at Sins 2. He did pick up his Baleful Gem. He looked very emotional there. I did not catch what was going on. I did see a ghost on his screen.
He's maybe having a little bit of a fright there. Maybe 2 ghosts. There was apparently 2 ghosts.
Oh my!
But if he got his gem, then I guess
fine.
It doesn't matter. Just a little bit of a scare, maybe. His heart skipped a beat, possibly. It's like, oh no, double ghosted Fidelitis was a possibility here. That was lucky.
That's just rough. You might even just reset. If you die there, I think you just reset the zone where you cut away with your traps. That is very difficult.
No, you would never fight a double ghosted Fidelitis.
But if you kill it, what if you got like 100 less and it's a crazy loot? Just think about the possibilities, man. Just think about
the possibilities. That's true. There's possibilities. The possibilities of 10 deaths in a row.
Speaking of possibilities, we have Goratha and Twitch chat going neck and neck right now. Goratha was the first player to enter the Broken Bridge, but Twitch chat is the first player to enter Kraten's Arena. He'll probably be the first to kill it as well. I imagine players will either be probably helping Oak, because he is the tankiest boss. Tankiest bandit,
Yeah, you'll be helping Oak in this one. Just for the speed.
Exactly.
No resistance is needed for Vaal. You just dodge everything there. Goratha's Kraten taking a little longer to take down for some reason.
For some reason, Ventrua is... What? Do you see his Weaver layout? Did he just have a giant... I am confused by Ventrua's Weaver layout. What is going on?
That can't have been a massive dead end. If so,
no way that's huge dead end. Yeah. Did he actually have a crypto zone that went all the way down that way? I think... Oh, 20 HP!
Dying to the flickers.
He needs a better life flask right now. He needs to be careful. Oh, 20 HP again! He has to be... There's a blue pack in front of him. He needs to kill some mobs right now. Or he's gonna go down.
He's just running, man. He's just running. He's like,
And he runs in another dead end. Yes, I believe he's made a huge misplay here in his layout read. Normally, it's a layout like this. It is never to the right. And he is not too happy about that one. Giving Uber a chance to take third place and catch up in this first burst.
Ventrua thought he was hitting a dead end there, but not quite. Not quite. He saw that's what happened. He saw the Vaal side area up there, and he's like, this whole thing was a dead end.
He did not see this tiny little passageway and just assumed it was a dead end. I believe that was a misplay by Ventrua, but he will know better for future races. Learn from his mistakes. Looks like Goratha was the first player to enter the wetlands. But did not see if he helped Oak just yet. I believe he did, so he is still slightly ahead of Twitch chat. They are honestly at each other's throat the whole race. Just not take the waypoint, straight into Vaal Ruins. Ooh, Ventrua going really low on Weaver. Has to be careful here. Still on the medium life flask. Really want a large life flask by Prisoner's Gate. But to still be on a medium at this point, doing a half-rise QT challenge, I believe was on a small life flask in a similar race, all the way into level 18. However, he just picks up move speed boots, along with life and fire res. That will definitely help him out.
Nice, he wants that. Anything that he can do to improve the time here, to improve his average, is very important here.
He does not have an amulet equipped, and he just left a rare Jade amulet on the ground. That could have been cast speed or damage or amongst any other good stats. Surprised he did not take the second to pick it up. And Vendor's a rare helmet too, when he does not have a helmet equipped as well. It's like he wanted transmutation shards to Vendor Wisdoms to buy potions. He's like, I don't need gear, I need potions and
flasks.
I think we could probably agree with that.
Yeah, I think flasks are more important than a helmet. I would actually agree with that. Seems weird to vendor a rare helmet when you don't have one equipped currently, but the flask is definitely more important.
It was a strength helmet.
Makes your life way better.
It was a strength helmet as well, so he might not have had the stats to equip it.
Yeah, that's also true.
Looks like Goratha has solved his Vaal Ruins problems that have plagued him in previous races, and he's already 26-10 in the Northern Forest next to him, has a shrine to the start. Ice Nova Shrine that'll be very good for XPing, but opts not to pick it up. Will he pick up the waypoint here and play it safe? No, says I'm confident I'm not going to die. 237 HP, no problem. Easy peasy. Pushes ahead. Take a look at D&D, how is his layout going? I don't believe he's ran into too many dead ends, so it might just be a naturally longer layout.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing that little Z shape, swerving his way through, so should be hitting the end pretty soon. Just there's the ball right there.
He gets it done.
He's gonna go ahead and touch that and get out of there.
Just giving Goratha an opportunity to get ahead of Twitch chat.
Sorry, Twitch chat.
You're not number one, you're number two now.
Bow.
Ventrua is on his Alira kill. DeadandDoom is in the wetlands. Ooh, Ventrua going really low, has to be careful. He does not want to incur a second death and gets it done. Dives up to DD, just logs out to actually pick up the amulet. Nicely done.
Just misses those detonate deads there. He went really low to the first set of detonates, and
exactly.
Probably wise dodging those second ones.
Goratha going extremely low as well, getting vulnerability cursed on him. Has to be careful though.
Yeah, there's a bit of that degen in here as well. There's a whole bunch of physical damage from those bears that you want to be watching out for. And the mob vulnerability does have a chance to apply a bleed to you, so a big hit of physical damage is a little scary. Just for that chance that you might hit that bleed.
He still is roughly a whole zone ahead. Goratha will be entering the waypoint shortly, and then this is kind of guesswork at this point. Where is the correct Ancient Pyramid entrance? I don't believe any player has figured it out. Most players know that there's like 3 options, hard cut left, top left corner, or it's kind of straight from the waypoint a bit to the right, but no one knows how it chooses those options though, to my knowledge. See what
he chooses to save a second instead of picking up a safety waypoint, and just to note, if he has some sort of death now, this basically it's I feel like it's a gamble when you're talking like burst races like this, because if you have one death, it's like, yeah, 1 minute you can come back from that, but if you have a death now, he actually has to run through like 4 zones.
Yeah.
To get back to Vaal.
But I think that's the risk he's decided to take. He understands how good D&D, aka Twitch chat is, and he just needs every single second to beat a player of that caliber. And we see Twitch chat also not taking the waypoint here.
Yeah, that's the difference between Goratha and me, man. I would never be able to do that. I'd
usually
be
playing it safe.
Take that waypoint.
Like Ventrua and DeadandDoom are roughly in the same position right now, both exploring the Vaal Ruins, running into a couple of dead ends. Won't be too happy about that one. Definitely still have a chance here to catch up.
TheUberElite finds his exit first. From looks of things, taking the lead in front of Ventrua. Picking up his pace a little bit there. Take a look at Uber's splits on his little timer on the side there. His best Vaal kill has apparently been 29.19, and he's almost 4 minutes behind some of his splits there.
That would be on a melee run, I would imagine, though. So Shadow is a bit different. I don't know how it compares to the melee, but I'm sure we'll find out after these races. See who's faster. We have four samples for each, so we should have a good idea. DeadandDoom typing question mark. Big dead end there in the top left. It's another one. Gets an Orion mission. He is not happy. This is about Goratha too. Just beast head to the apex. He's not too happy
about Orion now. He's going to be putting Orion inside of a cage in his hideout. Maybe putting some campfires underneath him or something like that. A little bit of that. I did not see what he typed in chat. A little bit of frustrated keyboard mashing in chat there from DeadandDoom. Goratha activating his Vaal, charging up, getting ready.
Getting a big follow at the same time. Getting a morale boost at the moment. Nice. Just check out his DPS.
The damage is very good. He's going to get him down below halfway. Ooh, just on halfway. Doesn't opt to try and like kill off the ads to animation, lock Vaal or anything. Just going for as much damage as possible here. He should kill him here before he gets to do anything else. And yep.
Nicely done. 30,
one ad and is dead. Very nice kill from Goratha there. 30-38.
I would like to point out that in previous runs, when we called them DeadandDoom, where you have like, DeadandDoom, Acceleration Shrine, names like that, players, their chat was laughing at him when he had bad luck, quote unquote. But now that his name is Twitch chat, they've gone from laughing at him to raging with them, saying, we are lost, we are losing, so...
I told you, these are smart plays here. He's doing the gladiator strats, getting the crowd on his side. The Emperor will surely never sentence him to death now. He'll have the mercy of Caesar at this point.
Mercy of Azaro, I believe.
The mercy of Azaro, yep.
Goratha getting also some big additional follows and a subscription from TheUberElite, getting huge morale boost. He probably understands at this point. He has claimed first place in this first burst. D&D typing, can't think of a single good layout that I got. He is not happy. He's full of NNA right now. It's not what you want to be. Ventrua running into another corrupted zone. UberElite finally finding his ancient pyramid entrance, looking a bit unhappy at the moment. So.
Goratha earning quite a few follows there. Definitely well deserved for his efforts. Definitely go check out all of these races streams. Drop everyone a follow. Absolutely, guys. Show some love. DeadandDoom's first part of the Vaal fight is down. He's charging up, doing those hip thrusts, getting ready for the second part, and gets the kill.
Nice.
All Vaal can do a single thing.
32-16. So I don't believe Goratha or D&D had a death. Ventrua and UberElite were the only pairs with death. I mean, only Ventra's had a death, I believe, on Fidelitis.
Ventrua having a really rough race with that death and the massive dead end and backtrack in Weavers. Definitely hurting him. Is probably a little frustrated with that one, I imagine. Hopefully you can make things back up in the second and third race.
Exactly. So the wheel predicted Goratha as a champion.
It wasn't wrong for this first race, at least.
I vote we spin the wheel again and see who wins the next race. I'm curious.
What if the wheel predicts all three races?
Oh my goodness, that would be insane.
What are the odds on that one? Unless it's sentient. And the wheel might be sentient at this point.
Just some players doing some quick maths at the moment. So taking a look at levels across the players. It's like level 15 for everyone. UberElite hitting level 16. The highest level in this race.
Yeah, just pretty much one full level ahead of the other guys there.
Beaving away on the Vaal, doing really good damage. Should be fine.
All players having virtually identical damage for Blade Vortex. They all pick up pretty much the same nodes, and it only really comes down to a little bit of bonus added spell flat damage on their gear. But getting killed, pretty much identical kills across the board here for the Shadows.
Ventra's time is slightly behind. He can potentially tie Uber's time here. Velocity says, wait for Vaal to come up. Pre-stacks 10 Blade Vortexes though, should be an easy kill.
And
33-57, nicely done by Ventrua.
Still almost matching Uber despite his big backtracking, but unfortunately that 1 minute death penalty does put him a bit behind. Still though, not nothing that he can't come back from in the second and third race with some nice runs, and we've seen some nice runs from him today.
Chat asking, what if the wheel does not predict but decides? The thing though, we don't know what the question is when we spin the wheel. We just see the options, the answer to the unknown question.
Determinism. I'm going to take this opportunity between races to go AFK for just a brief moment.
Feel free, Ziggy, to take a short intermission. Looks like our next race will be starting at 7:20, so we have roughly 6 minutes until the next race. To re-summarize our times from that first race, looks like we had 30:38 by Goratha. I believe Mr. Twitch Chats was 31, 32. We'll have to get a confirmation in a moment from our stats guys. It's 32:16, Ventrua 33:57, and DeadandDoom 33:49. But Ventrua also had a 1 minute death penalty, so that'll be 34:57. This is the grand final. They're doing 3 Vaal bursts and they're preparing for the second round. Looks like everyone is doing duelist at the moment. D&D talking to Goratha saying, I'm actually 140 behind. You know, trying to like make Goratha feel a bit comfy here. Playing a bit of mind games, racers talking to each other. When we get the wheel, we can get the wheel right now. Let's go ahead and set the wheel up. I'm loading it up at the moment. We don't know what the question is, but let's see what the wheel predicts. And if it does result in a blue chroma key result, I will let you guys know. The wheel predicts Ventrua. But what was the question? Will Ventrua win? Will Ventrua lose? Will I get lucky? Will I get a good RNG? Bad RNG? We'll find out momentarily in a couple of minutes.
Oh, I just got back in time to see the wheel pick Ventrua.
I wonder what that means. First race to pick Goratha, and Goratha had a minute 40 lead on D&D. Nicely done.
The question here is, does Ventrua want the blessing of the wheel? It worked well for Goratha, and Ventrua does want to have a nice run after that last race, I'm sure.
This is a duelist run. I wonder if all the racers agreed. This is the order we're doing the races in. I'm curious. They decided
this is a pretty agreed thing.
Just so they can compete in every race, just like open up their friends list going like, where is he at right now?
I like it. I like the parity across these, though it's even better if the third race everyone rocks completely different classes, if we see something crazy.
They're still talking to each other. DeadandDoom sending a lot of messages to Goratha.
He's getting a little bit twitchy as well with the mouse clicking and moving his character around several times and having to relog to reset.
You wanna know what would be awesome? If Goratha just typed D&D in the middle of a conversation here. Just like, let me focus, man. I'm trying to race here. I'm trying to do some gaming right now.
Stop distracting.
D&D just sending message after message.
Just spamming up. He's gonna start sending some toucans soon, maybe.
I know if I was racing, I definitely would reply with just like a big toucan. Or something.
Just auto reply toucan. Set that as your auto reply message.
Freak trolling D&D saying, why is this map revealed?
Yeah, we did see that in one of the races. The very rare bug when the first zone's maps are fully revealed. Definitely gets into your head when that happens.
D&D saying something's wrong. I can't see my timer. IDK what to do? He's having a bit of technical issues here.
Yeah, I'm seeing his screen resize and stuff, so I think he's like trying to play around with his settings here.
I can pull out my phone and create a backup timer for him, and I'll try to not accidentally start an alarm at the same time, which I've done in 2 previous races. It wouldn't be a weekend of racing though without me accidentally setting my alarm though, right? Gotta keep the streak going. Ziggy's like, please don't.
Yeah, it makes me laugh. Makes me. I don't feel so bad when like the doggos have a balk in the background or something. If you have alarms going off occasionally.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I get alarms. You get some prank disease.
The doggo excitement in the background.
D&D typing what the yikes in chat. Looks like he has figured out his.
But he did inch forward.
He did inch forward, and that's a bit unethical. We have to subtract or add a second on that run.
Ooh, yeah, at least a 1/10 of a second needs to be added there. What an absolute cheater! Wow. It's not a big deal. Uber off to an early start
early again.
I think his clock is 1 minute ahead of everyone else's.
Yeah, like 10 seconds ahead from what I can tell. Or yeah, his actual clock might be a minute ahead for what we know.
Yeah, he's using an old pocket watch, and he wound it a little too tight. I have no idea how pocket watches work.
I think he's just doing it so D&D can't check his friends list. He noticed other racers checking their friends list to check the progression on other players. And he doesn't want D&D to do that.
Yeah, D&D is a chronic friends list checker. He likes to know where the other people are in the race, what he's up against, what sort of risks he might need to take, maybe.
Ventrua misclicking a bit on his hillock loot, losing a bit of time there. Pressure possibly getting to him. But Uber is already out in the coast, 113. But slower than some of his previous runs. Let's see, D&D. Goratha getting a 110 coast, D&D still vendoring a bit. Looks like we got a 112, 114.
Did I just see DeadandDoom vendor is... Yes, he did vendor his cleave and pick up a ground slam instead for his duelist there. So he's not playing ground slam Marauder for his third character then. So possibly Ranger?
Yeah, that would be very interesting. We could argue that the Marauders beat out the duelists in the Murbill runs just because ground slam is a better early game skill. Definitely makes your Hellrake fight significantly easier.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a better choice for these shorter runs. So, but that does pretty much lock him into maybe going Ranger for the third race, unless he's got some other secret tech. I'm always crossing my fingers for some secret tech in these races. Love to see it.
Yeah, I know D&D did have some secret tech for our preseason race, but he hasn't pulled it out.
Holding it in his back pocket for when he needs it. That's why he's checking his friends list for. He's like, if anyone's getting too close to me, I'm going to pull out the secret strategies that I'm holding onto. The wild card.
The wild card. Definitely looking forward to that. Uber is the first player to find Hellrake. He's cleaving away, double striking away. Very easy. Gets a bleed on him. The bleed might actually finish him. Sidestep the Glitch Cascade.
Nice movements. It's a medium life last off in there as well.
Already done looting. 242, I believe, was the kill and loot time. He's back in town. Most of our players are fighting Hellrake right now, with Goratha almost there to start the fight.
Ventrua dealing with a lot of mobs on top of Hellrake. That's a lot of cannibals right there. He's trying to use that boat to separate them. Seen a few players use that strategy in an emergency when there's just too many packs on there. Like, that's way too much, especially.
Oh no, no! Ventrua logs out! He logs out. He does not have an axe.
Oh no.
He doesn't have an axe, nor does he have a currency to purchase an axe. Does he purchase an iron ring instead? He does not have an AoE skill. Will he reset his instance or will he go back to the same instance? See what he does here.
Oh damn, that's really rough. That is really rough. He's trying to get in there and double strike, but it's just... And, like, it might have worked if there was just a couple cannibals there, but yeah. The pack of cannibals there is huge.
If he kept his cleave, he could have...
Yeah, but he must have vended that for the scroll fragments, but again, picking up that iron ring instead of, like, looking for a weapon. Hoping that he would get a weapon drop, I guess, from one of the, like, corpses on the skewers.
Yeah, I'd like to point out here, he walked in the other direction in Tala Island this time.
Trying to find one, yeah.
Exactly.
He was clicking the corpses.
Now he's just trying to only pull Hellrake. Oh my, there are so many mobs, so many cannibals, so many crabs. He just logs out again.
That's definitely got to put you on tilt for sure.
He's going back to town. Vendoring, checking for an axe right now. Buys an axe and moving back. Ooh, he is not too happy about that one. And coast number 3, attempt number 3 for Ventrua.
I got to give him props. He's going for it. He's just going back in. He sorted out his problems. He's going back in.
He could have used his portal scroll there.
A lesser player might have just rage quit right there.
Yeah.
I think it would be tempting. But he's like, okay, these are the cards I've been dealt. This is the situation I've got myself in. You just got to think about the overall times and make the best of it.
Exactly.
So props for that.
I mean, the wheel did predict. Well, I don't say predict. It just chose his name for whatever reason. Maybe it saw this coming.
Pointed out Ventrua. It's like pay special attention to Ventrua in this race. Last race it was because pay special attention to Goratha because he is going to run like a madman. And this time pay special attention to Ventrua because some interesting things are going to happen in this race.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen that before. 2 Hellrake logs.
I've never seen that.
Pay attention to our other racers. D&D, aka Twitch chat in the top right, is with a Ice Nova Shrine. Has he passed the first bridge? He just passed the first bridge. Does not get stuck on the rare squid along with its ads. Goratha is not too far behind. He might actually be ahead here.
It's a crab. Skips it.
Essence of Woe. It's a transmute though.
Very nice.
See if anyone picks a Sunder. I'm actually curious. Anyone go with a Sunder on their duelist run?
You know, if they're using Ground Slam now, then maybe not. Maybe Sunder Marauder? I don't know.
Yeah, it could be the case, but they won't have Leap Slam.
And what do you use? What do you use in the meantime as well?
Exactly.
As a Marauder, if you've already used Ground Slam. Maybe just
I guess you clear it up.
Ground Slam into Sunder, just stronger early game, and then into Sunder for the stronger late game.
Yeah, I could definitely see that being the case. Taking a look at gear, does anyone have anything crazy right now? Anything spectacular like whoa?
Whoa.
Does not seem to be the case. No woes. I did see DeadandDoom walk by an essence of woe, but opted not to kill it.
An essence of whoa.
Essence of whoa. Goratha, DeadandDoom, they have 2 iron rings. Ventrua, single iron. Uber clips.
Didn't go for it.
I must have missed it. My apologies. It's too focused on looking at the rest of the gear. Ventrua, Uber, single iron ring. No one has move speed. No one has any crazy gloves just yet. How about links? Anyone with crazy links at the moment? Does not seem to be the case. Almost everyone's on a 2 link right now. No one with an awesome 3 link for later on.
Kind souls in chat reminding everyone to check their posture. Always a good thing to keep in mind.
Thank you. I'm gonna take this opportunity to sit up straight. I was
Me too.
wasn't slouching, but I did have the legendary gamer lean. You know, I was leaning into my monitor, getting really focused.
I really appreciate that actually. I noticed after all these races, I tend to like hunch forwards and sit to the side a bit and crouch and like tense up because of the exciting races. And I've had some pretty sore backs after these races actually. I've been a bit tense. So thanks, chat.
Thank you for looking out for us.
I'll roll my shoulders a bit, loosen up a bit, which is also something you want to be doing as a racer too. Keeping things loose, keeping things flowing, not getting too tense.
Exactly. And their pace is flowing right now. Taking a look at all of our racers. I believe Twitch chat is in the climb. Where is UberElite? UberElite is also in the climb. Ventrua is in the ledge. Goratha is on the ledge. The racers on the right side right now. A beast in the head.
I'm honestly surprised Ventrua is not further behind after his Tidal Island upsets, but he's still in ledge alongside of Goratha, just half a zone behind.
Will Goratha kill this Essence of Hatred? Opts not to.
Not going to the extra gear there. Might have been a goat, which is questionable. Pretty much only a Skelly.
Speaking of goats, UberElite is surrounded by goats at the moment.
Look at those champ goats. He's going for the kills though.
Nah, I don't want to kill them. Let's the unique goat slam him away. Was killing him at the start, but got a bit spooked at the end. He's the first player to enter lower prison, pushing ahead of D&D.
Getting blocked by a whole bunch of wheelie boys, having to kill his way through. Goratha looks like he's taking on iron.
Going really low to the wheelie boys though. Goratha sidesteps. The large go back around the volley.
Ventrua getting massive champ packs here, killing 2 champ packs at once.
Nicely
Trying
done.
to
Gets
pick up
the
a
wet stone as
Wetsmith.
well.
Wetsmith.
Wetsmith.
Blacksmith. Fine. We're trying to pick up the Wetsmith, but getting body blocked by the mobs. I like that as shorthand for Blacksmith Whetstone. Wetsmith.
Yeah, fair enough. we can make it a thing if chat decides to agree with that.
Chad seems a fan of the Wetsmith.
I like it. Want to buy Wetsmith, so we see it, seeing it in trade chat later on after the race.
Smith Wets Blackstones.
So, probably not that one. I'm not going to attempt to repeat that one.
That's a tongue twister.
That
right
is
there,
a tongue twister. Ventrua picks an Amber Amulet. I'm definitely really happy about that one. Saving him a bit of currency later on. You do want that to have the stats for Leap after Brutus. D&D is already in the upper prison, so he would most likely be the first player to kill Brutus. Goratha not too far behind though, just entering upper prison as well.
Yeah, it'll depend on the upper prison. Read it looks like
upper. No, yeah, he is an upper. Interestingly enough. Taking
Uber notices the room layout and says that's a dead end and just avoids it, so it doesn't really spend too much time in the dead end, which is good. That's like the big thing that impresses me is like recognizing something's a dead end before getting to the end of it. I notice I'm in a dead end when I get to a wall and can't go anywhere else. These guys are like, that's gonna be a dead end, and that saves you a lot of time.
Yeah, practice paying off. You gotta do just tons of runs and like eventually you start to notice patterns like, hey, in this type of shape, that's usually a dead end. Practice is definitely paying off for these racers. Looks like Ventrua has entered lower prison. He's doing his vendor now, while Twitch chat, aka D&D, in the top right has just entered the warden's quarters. Roughly at the same time as Goratha in the top left. DeadandDoom, he is looking around in the upper prison, zooms out his mini-map, see he can get a bigger picture, help him find the way, and does find the way. Nice read by Uber.
Okay. Did hit a couple dead ends along the way, unfortunately. But gets into the warden's prison before anyone else starts the Brutus fight.
Looks like Goratha had some quicksilver charges inside the warden's quarters and is able to get slightly ahead of D&D.
Yeah, you love that if you get a pack to fill up those quick smiths.
Quick smiths. Oh man.
Quick smith whetstones.
Quick smith stones. You definitely want those quick smith stone charges to move around fast. Goratha starting the Brutus fight. He's double striking away with Twitch chat in the top right. Ground slamming and double striking. Who will get the first kill?
Identical Brutus fights and simultaneous kills. Wow.
Yeah, simultaneous kills. I believe D&D's timer is slightly behind. So he will be slightly ahead by 3 seconds. Both players vendor.
I love when the streams sync up. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it definitely is beautiful. Oh, really going really low. He does have a larger life. Is able to kite away, sidestep away. He is double striking away. He puts his totem back up. Nicely done. Down on 1 large life loss. Needs to fight while he is healing up. Because once he runs out of regen, he will be in a world of trouble, world of hurt. But gets it done. Mans up and commits to the kill. D&D has a hasted goat chasing him right now. Has to be extremely careful.
Yeah, look at that thing. It's leaping for him. You gotta keep moving.
Probably loses him around this corner here and does so. Nicely done. And Goratha is in the lead at the moment. With a cleave, a double strike set up.
That's something I'd love to see more in races is some like mobs that just really chase you down. And you're like, come on, keep running.
The worst is when it's like a slow mob, then you have like a haste mob beside you. It's like, I can't get away, no. Ventrua is on his Brutus skull. Slightly behind due to the Hellrake mishaps earlier, but he still has a chance to catch up.
Yeah, not that far behind though. We've seen players that haven't had a massive mishap like that be still like a full zone behind here, and he's just that 1 zone behind.
Ooh, Uber runs into a haste dog. It's going to be way faster than a haste goat. The AI being a bit more aggressive. He keeps on moving, but gets stuck. I think he's going to kill it now. Yeah, it's like a 1 HP. He kills it. Drops boots. 2 pairs of boots and decides not to pick it up. Yeah.
Thinks about going back for it, but doesn't.
Yeah, he's going to hit level 10 and start leaping away, so he's not too worried about that. D&D getting a boarding axe. Types Y in chat because they only got flat fizz and be flat fire damage. He's just complaining, I did not get lucky on like attempt. Why?
Why? I mean, it's better than a whiteboarding axe.
True. That's definitely true. These most likely will be boarding axe kills. I don't believe players will be getting high enough to reach level 16 in this run. You're just killing a lot less on the melee characters on the way.
Identifies another boarding axe. No dice on that one either. Looks like he'll be sticking with that first rare that he got.
It's level 10. Looks for a red socket, finds it in his helmet. Sockets it in. So Goratha's level 9. I'm not sure if he just reached level 10 or not. He's calling a blue pack. Our watcher says level 9. Yeah, he cannot equip his Leap Slam yet. It does have an Amber, so it definitely is soon to be 10. And then with the Brutal Shrine, you get stuck. Oh, he does pick it up. If he did not pick that up, that would be really scary for him. Makes it out, destroys the pack of mobs surrounding it, and is pushing ahead, getting a substantial lead on Goratha in the level 10 breakpoint. Well ahead of him. And Everton's just doing work right now. Look at him go. Look at that pace.
Something I'm seeing from Ventrua here is that, although he's not too far behind in distance, he is quite a bit behind in XP. So I think he rushed and started skipping some mobs to kind of make up for his earlier time loss. And as a result, he's going to be a bit behind in equipping that Leap Slam. He's definitely not going to have Leap Slam for heading through caverns here, like DeadandDoom does, which is just like perfect timing on like knowing exactly the right amount of XP to get to be able to have Leap Slam in here, which is a big deal.
Ooh, also, the acceleration shine, but it almost goes down and picks it up and makes it out safely. Bit unethical here, I feel, for Twitch chat, for D&D. He is leaping ahead. Only player with Leap Slam equipped right now. He has a solid lead at the moment. Allow him to possibly claim first place again.
You don't want to forget that that acceleration shrine does accelerate the mobs around it, though, as we just saw. 20 seconds of acceleration shrine in the Vaal fight. Very nice. He's going to get that first phase down super quick.
Just taking out the large life last. Nicely done. Leaps over to Merville after she teleports. Gets first place down. Levels up. Off the first phase. Ooh, hits level 11, so he equips his boarding axe. Nicely done. And he's just destroying Merville.
Hot swap. That was sexy.
1552, yeah, crazy run. However, I'd like to point out though, wasn't this slower than both D&D's run and Goratha's Merville kill in the last run? I believe it might be.
Ooh. I need to bring up the finals times.
Not too sure what the exact Merville times were, but I do believe we had a couple of... We had a 1524 from someone. I believe it was Goratha.
I'd have been a little bit slower.
D&D getting a pair of gloves with flat Eliana, no attack speed today. We'll up his single target quite a bit, which is definitely really nice for the upcoming Fidelitis fight. Goratha's doing his best to catch up right now. He's double striking away on the first phase of Merville. Seems going down pretty well. Only a 2-link though. With
Val's doing her best attempts to dodge Goratha. She went for another teleport there, but no luck.
Looks like our other players, DeadandDoom and Ventrua, have reached those level 10 breakpoints to equip Leap Slam. Ventrua just entering the Cavern of Anger. Just a zone behind Goratha now. Where is Uber? Is he in Anger or Wrath? Looks like movements of the map we can notice. Leaping away. I believe he is still in Wrath, but we'll find out in a moment. D&D getting an early lead here on Goratha. But we know. I think there's still the Vaal ruins. There's still the caverns. Lots of places to catch up. Uber taking the opportunity here to kill an exile. Gets rare boots, I believe.
Could be good. No, he's mostly going to be leap slamming from here on out, so move speed makes a bit less difference at this point for the duelist players.
Exactly. Running to some dead ends. Ventrua pushing ahead. Fighting the first phase of Merville. 2-link double strike along with a ground slam for onslaught if he chooses to use it. Goratha's level N in Southern Forest. I feel like he's been in Southern Forest for an extremely long time now.
They've been opting to kill a few extra monkeys in there, maybe. They tend to run away, though.
Yeah. Cleave not being the best early game skill in comparison to Ground Slam. Definitely a solid choice. So looks like Goratha has picked up the Sunder. D&D is level 12, and he's still on Ground Slam. Interesting. Ground Slam versus Sunder.
I don't feel like we've seen this Ground Slam into Sunder transition before. It's always Cleave into Sunder and saving Ground Slam for a separate class entirely, but
exactly.
Most likely seeing some ranges here, so players taking the opportunity to get the stronger early game with the Ground Slam.
D&D getting too canned out of nowhere. Might want to go on D&D mode in a moment.
Not utilizing the mode for which he is named.
Exactly. DeadandDoom gets his Merville down. Nicely done.
This is my favorite part of these duelist races, when they all start leap slamming.
Yeah, I was just mesmerized by that right now. The same, yeah.
I love when the leap slams are exactly in sync, so satisfying.
DeadandDoom
is just getting destroyed by DeadandDoom.
Destroys it. Except rare
He
gloves
complained
again.
about that weapon, but it's doing well enough. He's got a fair bit of extra damage on his gloves. A nice chunk of elemental damage there. And some bonus on one of his pieces of jewelry there as well,
Wonderful swap, though. He's just checking the tooltip, taking a moment there to see which one's better.
Checking tooltip DPS.
His new pair of gloves, I didn't see what the difference was, but they have life, resist, and possibly stat. Could be helpful. We're doing some
interesting to be swapping out of damage gloves like that. Could have been the links, or it could have been stat requirements, possibly. I'll see when the gear updates.
Yep, I believe Uber was checking his vendor for a boarding axe there. Does not have one just yet. Has many jade hatches though, but he wants the next tier of weapons to help him for the upcoming for the lightest fight. It's allowed Ventrua to take an early lead here, pushing on ahead. Has a topaz ring as well, which should definitely help him in chamber since level 2. We've seen some spark mage stats and some fertilized stats. Definitely is scary.
Yep, those spark mages be a little scary.
Goratha's finally reached level 12. We'll see if he equips the Sunder in a moment and equips it right away. Should see his pace quicken up. Hasten up in a moment.
Oh, those gloves from DeadandDoom that he swapped into are very nice. Physical damage, life, fire resist, and a 3-link with green, red, red. Pretty much ideal for a pair of gloves. The only thing that would be better is a little bit of attack speed.
I would like to point out that Uber is physically tilted to his right side right now.
Yeah, I can tell the player is definitely tilting right now based on his angle.
See if that affects his gameplay at all.
Chat, can you please remind Uber to just check his posture, please? You gave us a friendly reminder about posture earlier. And maybe Uber could just do with a little bit of posture help right now. Might be too focused on the race, though.
Indeed, Goratha is starting his fertilized fight with Ventrua, not too far behind. Just needs to explore the chamber sin zone as well. And Goratha, I only got hit once because level 18 plus. Will not be able to equip that, unfortunately. Very nice kill.
See how fast DeadandDoom's Weaver is. Is it as fast as a Blade Vortex kill? Not quite, and he does have to back off.
Yeah,
that is causing a little bit of drama for him.
Blue Spideys were poking away at him. Had to be a bit careful.
A little careful.
Really sizable lead though. 21-30. That's an insane Weaver time. Most players, I think they aim for like around a 22 Weaver. Sub 22 is just nuts. What would we say? He has crazy RNG. Like, I don't think so. You know, getting a 3-link is definitely what you want. But that's usually pretty normal. He definitely has good damage based off his gear.
Nothing crazy, like decent gear, but nothing crazy. Nothing
1 to 5 lightning damage on one of his rings and 2 to 5
I mean, he did get that acceleration shrine from the Vaal.
True.
That was kind of dirty.
That was indeed very dirty. Ooh, we're going really low on his fertilized fight. Has to be really careful. There's a bunch of spark mages beside him.
They look like champ spark mages as well.
Yeah, so he will take the opportunity to kill them though.
They are bonus XP. They are power charges. They're trying to scale up their crit there, just for a little bit of extra sketchy range on that damage on the lightning.
Indeed, looks like Uber will purchase a stone hammer and a... Actually, he might have picked up that stone hammer. Purchases the boarding axe. Does the boarding axe craft right now. He wants to swap to that immediately. It looks like he's also sitting up right now. Just needed the boarding axe. That's all he needed to untilt.
Is there anything else you want that augment for, or would you just chuck that straight on your boarding axe?
I think you just chuck it straight on.
For attack speed.
The other option is you throw in a quicksilver, you go for a suffix there or prefix, but most players just end up dropping it. As you see, D&D doesn't even have it anymore. Other races still do, for whatever reasons.
Yeah, sometimes you run a little bit in between your slams and around corners and stuff like that, but yeah, at this point it seems like just going all in on the leap slam seems to be the way. Also, 3 mana flasks actually seems necessary for some of these areas in Act 2.
That final push to the Vaal ruins. Need those mana flasks just to
that mana flask.
Get there as fast as possible. Because you're probably going to stop killing and you won't get the onslaught buff. But D&D taking a sizable lead at the moment. Big Goratha just killed Weaver, is going for his first bandit. D&D has already killed 2 bandits.
Yeah, I feel like he's just going faster and faster this race as he goes.
I wonder if the the first race, the second place finish, so to speak, in that first burst, has sparked, lit a fire under him. Sparked a flame.
That's what I think, right? Like, when you're top of your game, like DeadandDoom is, having that finally that moment where you're like, "Ooh, okay, time to get serious." That's a good motivator, I think.
I wonder if D&D will get a sub 30 Vaal here.
Ooh, he's got a way to go still. That's an ask. Possible.
See if he gets oked by the 25 mark into the Vaal ruins. Oh, while calculating his theoretical time, we have Goratha going extremely low in the Kraden fight. Explosive Arrow is doing a lot of work, and we have Ventrua in the bottom left starting his Weaver fight. It seems to be going pretty easy so far. Has his large life last, allows him to tank it up.
The Explosive Arrow being the sneaky killer you don't expect in the Kraden fight. You're like, yeah, I'll pay attention to the boss, but the scarier thing is actually those Explosive Arrow packs. That first wave of arrows they fire out, they stack up on you. That can hurt a lot.
Can be very scary. D&D with a sub 25 minute Vaal ruins entrance to see if he can predict his layout. Will he get the zigzag or will he get the curve? I've definitely seen him have some issues in some of these races. Hopefully he does not have any today. Being a world record time would be awesome. I believe the world record is around 27 minutes right now. Possibly set by Lego.
27 minutes, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's insane.
Does run into a dead end. Skips through a strong box. He's not too sure where to go right now. Looks like he assumes this is a larger dead end. See if he figures out the layout in a moment. Take a look at our other racers. Goratha is on his second bandit, I believe. Ventrua is on their first bandit, assuming that everyone's going for the Kraten into Alira routing. Uber also in the same spot as Ventrua, roughly, on his first bandit. DeadandDoom running into many dead ends, I'd say.
Yeah, not having the clean run that he wanted through that zone, but he does reach the end just now.
Yeah, 26:05. Sub 30, yes, 4 minutes to get there. Would be very difficult. Apparently Uber has already done Alira, so he is on his second bandit. Chat has just confirmed for me. The time to beat from the first round is 30:38. It's definitely in the realm of possibility right now for DeadandDoom, aka Twitch chat in the top right of our screen. Goratha is on his last bandit, entering the wetlands right now. I think at this point, unless the D&D dies, he's got this in the bag, the first place finish, in the second burst.
Yeah, which will be interesting to see how that affects the average with Goratha getting a substantial lead in that first race. If they're like swapping back and forth here, it'll be close for that third race as to who can secure a victory.
Definitely. 27:06, Cavern's entrance. 3 minutes to kill. 3.5 minutes to beat Goratha's first time. To help us average out. We might just see a swap here between Goratha and D&D in terms of burst 1, burst 2 times.
That's pretty good, man. That's what I want to see. that's the strong kind of competition across these races I want to see.
Here's to see who will win out between Ventrua and Uber. Seems to be a set of 2 races going on at the same time here. So everyone is still in competition for the overall prize, because anyone could have a rough run. You have to keep in mind, players have played the so-called meta classes so far, Shadow into Duelist. The next run, they are not practiced. I received numerous messages saying, hey, 35 minutes on the third character, it's impossible, dude. This is going to be rough. There's no way we're finishing it. So I'm like, okay, I'll give you guys 3 extra minutes. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that third race could be a big shake-up for the times for each of the players here. Like trying to set their baseline and they're really solid times here, but yeah, we'll see what happens in the third race. What I like here for Goratha is he's probably like roughly a minute behind, but if he finishes not too far behind DeadandDoom here, he'll come out ahead as far as the overall times, because he had about a minute and a half lead.
D&D going really low. He's getting chunked by fire mages and cold mages. TP's out.
Get out of there.
Typed few entering Ancient Pyramid. Looks like he did not run into too many dead ends there. But that moment of calm was short-lived. He almost dies to Undying Shrine.
A little bit of a worry there. Doesn't go check the shrine to see if it's another acceleration shrine, just slightly off to the left there. He doesn't have too much further to travel. And it doesn't really matter if you get an acceleration shrine for Vaal, because he takes forever to appear, and it's probably going to run out in the meantime.
Indeed, he knows he needs every single second right now, and he is saying, you know what? Odds are it won't be a shrine I can take all the way to Vaal. I just need to get there as fast as possible. Every second matters. It's 40 seconds to get a sub 30 run, but a minute and 18 seconds to beat Goratha's first run. Which I'd say he's on pace. What will this be? A single target skill? Looks like he's getting a 3-link double strike setup.
I think his damage is going to be good enough here to get Vaal before he ducks away a second time. It looks of his gear here. Unless Vaal just goes straight into ads the moment he reappears. I think he's pretty good.
Puts a TP down as well in case he has to go to town. Other players are in the Northern Forest. UberElite about to join them.
It might actually not be enough DPS to get him in just on the reappearance here. It's only got him down a third of the way. Vaal does cooperate though and go into ice phase, which is probably the longest animation.
The second minion phase might be able to kill him down here if he's fast enough. Ooh, just needed a bit more damage. Not quite.
He lets out the frowny faces in chat. Not happy with that.
Cleaver!
Seconds. Gets a cleaver.
Lol. And a rare broadaxe. Oh my god, that broadaxe is insane. IPD, flat fist, flat cold, 10 attack speed. What is that thing? Behemoth thirst? That thing's crazy.
It's like, yo, can we make this a piety race? I want to take this Dreadarch and insane rare cleaver.
Oh my goodness.
Broadaxe, damn.
Unfortunately for D&D, aka Twitch chat, this is just a Vaal burst race. And he will not be able to take those elements into the next run.
It's just a tease, Vaal dropping the fat loots. Just to make you feel a little bit salty that you didn't get something like that earlier in the race.
The rest of our players are battling away.
Let's see how quickly, how far behind Goratha can get his kill here, and how that's going to pan out for their averages. I don't know. I think it's going to take him longer than a minute and a half to get his Vaal kill from this point. So
I think so. He's running into numerous dead ends, and he does not know where the exit is just yet. And this might give Ventrua an opportunity to get ahead. Yeah, Ventrua finds the Ancient Pyramid well before Goratha.
Wow. Just taking over there. After a rough start, he has just been in like full focus mode and just blasting through. He's like, I'm not going to let that tilt me. Damn, man, I feel like almost anyone
2 logouts on Hail Rake
to tilt after
That's
that.
So easy to tilt off that, and he doesn't. Possibly getting a second place finish here.
Yeah, still having an excellent race despite that.
Uber as well, also keeping a posure and entering the Ancient Pyramid only a couple seconds after Goratha. Goratha might be going from first place finish to a fourth place finish, depending on the rest of this run. Ancient Pyramid is a lot more predictable. Most players know to go somewhat diagonally from the entrance to find the next zone.
It's just that first zone that's the problem. Everything else is pretty alright, unless you happen to get stuck on a nasty pack somewhere, but these leap slammers know how to get through. Ventrua takes a second to get a refresh there for some mana.
Oh, that would make sense. I was wondering why Portadell is the first player to reach the Pyramid Apex out of the 3 remaining players.
Uber is going to be only just that one little section behind, so he'll be clicking on his Vaal right around maybe when Ventrua starts here.
Goratha just finds his Apex too. Uber just finds it. See who has the Spirit of Single Target now.
Goratha and Uber clicking their Vaal at almost the same time there.
I would like to point out though, Uber, he did start 10-20 seconds earlier, so they look like they're in sync. They are actually not in sync.
Ventrura's damage looking a little low on Vaal here. This might take him multiple cycles to kill him. Only gets him down maybe 15% of the way. Vaal does hesitate, but goes straight into another ads phase, so only going to get him down to halfway there.
I'm a bit worried for Goratha right now. He does not have an IPD weapon. He has a 16 lightning on his boarding axe.
No Vendercraft on the axe there. Might not have found a blacksmith whetstone.
And he's on Sunder. Well, other players are on double strike, arguably a superior single target skull. I think this might cost him a second place finish.
Yeah, no, he's going to lose it to that. The Sunder is not going to compete. UberElite's damage is looking a lot better.
Bringing a laser has to be careful here. He is shocked right now.
Oh Ventrua man, you don't want to die to Vaal.
Do not want to die to Vaal. Yeah, looks like Uber will be getting a second place finish right now.
Uber finishes off on 3 ice phases in a row. Perfect.
Nicely done.
Exactly
Third
what
place
you want.
finish, my apologies.
Goratha's Vaal dips away once again in another ads phase. Look at all the corpses of all the ads from Goratha's fight there.
It's like swapping to Sunder was a mistake.
Straight into the ads again. But he gets the kill.
Nicely done for all of our racers.
Target for Goratha.
Only 5 seconds behind Uber. I feel like if he kept the double strike setup, unless he's planning on using in the next race, he would have done significantly better.
That would be highly unexpected at this point. Very interesting to see what's going to happen. Uber didn't see Uber also checking some gear that he didn't have equipped. Oh, I had attack speed gloves. Don't know if he got those from Vaal.
I believe he just got them from Vaal. A4 link. Okay. Many of our racers getting really crazy RNG if the run was a bit longer.
Unfortunately, a little bit too late for them, and they can't take that loot into the third race, which is going to be the deciding. Let's see if we have some updated times for our players.
Taking a look at our spreadsheets, looks like Goratha 3227. He is in second place. D&D 3116, Ventrua 3422, and UberElite 3400.
So Goratha definitely losing his first place average time to
DeadandDoom. 4 minutes slower than his first run.
Yeah, DeadandDoom making up some significant time there, and Goratha being quite a bit too far behind there.
Yeah, D&D sped up by 2 minutes. Ventrua sped up by a minute-ish. The UberElite actually only 20 seconds slower than his first run.
There's only 2 to 3 minutes difference here between all of the players, so I think it's close enough that this crazy third race with who knows what is going to be the real decider here.
I think it might be... I heard Rangers, so people have been practicing.
Yeah, I'm expecting Rangers all the way through.
So Goratha is on a Ranger here. This will be our first Ranger today. Not see any in the Merfolk burst.
Ranger.
Did see him in some Brutus burst though.
Some DeadandDoom Ranger as well. UberElite Ranger. And just waiting on Ventrua to create his character to see what he'll be rolling as well. But it's expected to be a Ranger as well. These players have all been playing the same classes for each race here. Some sort of mutual agreement going on. Ventrua with the Ranger as well. There we go. 4-way range battle is coming our way.
So I'm not too sure what to expect here.
Wait. Is he
Ooh.
Is he playing with our hearts here? He's not going to go with Scion.
I would love to see a Scion. I think that'd be very creative.
He's not going to go with Scion. This isn't... He's playing with us here, I can tell.
He's probably memeing. Yeah, he's just memeing. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. Why you gotta do that to us?
I knew it. I called it. Didn't have me duped for a second.
I did get hyped. I was like, oh, you might have the secret Scion chat.
But maybe. But maybe. Are we going to have a final spin of the wheel here?
I think it is time. Chat is calling for the wheel. Let's have a spin. Who is the player of focus in this run? The UberElite. Interesting.
Uber, okay. So let's have a bit of analysis of the wheel for a second. In the first race, the wheel pointed at Goratha. Goratha had an incredible run. Extremely fast run. And played very nicely. So the wheel was like, yo, watch Goratha. Maybe he's going to play well. And then it pointed to Ventrua. And Ventrua's race was far more eventful. So what do you think the wheel is hinting at for this final race? What's going to happen to Uber? Good things or bad things?
Well, for his sake, hopefully good, because we can visually see if he tilts or not. But it's honestly hard to say. We've had one good race, one bad race, so... it's really hard to say. It's just like 50-50 now. It's either going to be good or it's either going to be bad. Although I guess there's the middle ground. It might just be okay, you know. But he's our player focus. Everyone's on the Ranger. No one really knows what to expect from the Rangers. Like, will they be going Roa? Will they be going Shrapnel Shot? Roa being Rain of Arrows? Will they be rushing Point Blank? What will the skill trees look like? Like, can they get Point Blank by level 14? I don't believe that's the case. Probably gonna just rush out the projectile damage at the top.
It was saying that someone's going to die to Hailrake 100%. I feel like Shrapnel Shot does pretty well against Hailrake.
Yeah.
You can play it pretty safe.
Speaking of the wheel pick, Ventrua had a rough early start, but still made it back to second place.
Yeah, no, you like had an incredible run. Like, beyond belief after that start there, just maintaining composure, something fierce. Goratha's looking at his latency graph and noticing a bit of a roller coaster right there.
It's not what you want to be seeing.
That is not ideal. Definitely want to get out there and grab some butter and lube up those Ethernet cables because they are having some trouble getting the information through right now.
I'm not sure if that actually works, and I do not recommend anyone listening to try that at home unless you are a professional. Looks like DeadandDoom is starting a couple seconds earlier as, again, for whatever reason, but his timer has not started, so we will have to manually time his run. Opened up a help menu on the way, along with the MTX menu for some reason.
Gathering a little bit of range tips from the help menu. I would just like to point out that Fightgar in chat says that the butter technique works, by the way.
Again, do not try this at home. That's all I'm going to say.
Just saying. Just saying.
Maybe the wheel knew that Uber is just going to set a 0-second hillock kill.
DeadandDoom going for the style kill. Yes, 0 kill hillock race. That is that's a record right there for sure. Maybe that's what the wheel was pointing to. Yeah, the timer. Like DeadandDoom's about to set a world record with a 0-second Vaal kill, literally instantaneous.
I just got a pair of rare boots. Oh, no move speed though. That would have been pretty hype.
Move speed right off the bat on a Ranger. The dream.
That would have indeed been the dream. Goratha is getting a host by Mosey. A bit of morale boost there. I wonder if any of these players are reading chat. Most players, they don't even look at chat during these races because they're just super focused on doing their best.
Yeah, there's not many times where you want to be looking over at chat when you're in a race. Any time that you might be doing that, you'd probably be doing some inventory management.
So let's see, what is the early game strategy here? D&D taking the life node first. Looks like most of the other players are taking the damage node first. Very interesting. Everyone buying
D&D
8
wants
and
a
Iron
slightly
Ring.
safer Hailrake kill, maybe?
I see. Iron Ring and a Shrapnel Shot. I think Ventrua might have a Pierce Gem too, so he could have a bit better clear in comparison to the other players.
Pierce Gem does not make too much difference on that Shrapnel Shot. Since it already does have that guaranteed piercing effect.
First pointing out, you do start off with Pierce Gem, so every player has Pierce. Looks like Uber is choosing to restart for whatever reason. I guess he just realized his timer did not start.
Oh, actually goes for the restart instead.
I'm probably starting his timer on time now, so now we no longer have to do quick maths. And he will be timing for us. Although, would you argue that is a bit unethical? Like, what if he just didn't have RNG on that run?
Yeah, I say like continue with
this is kind of questionable in my opinion.
We might have to have a little bit of chat with the races about the proper etiquettes in the future, because I think like it can be relied on for the hosts to.
Because everyone goes like, "Oh, I messed up my timer when I don't get 3 iron rings and 10 Wanderlost off Hillock."
Though if that was the way that it went, then it could easily go the other way, where you got a good run and then forgot the restarts, forgot you started your timer, you had to reset. Didn't work out so well. Nonetheless, I doubt there's any ill intent there from DeadandDoom. He's an upstanding fellow.
He's probably just thinking like, "Oh, whoops, I messed up my timer. Let me restart to fix it for everyone."
Yeah, I think in the future we can be relied upon to check the times for that. It's not too difficult to do.
Wait, chat saying Ventrua died while we're distracted by DeadandDoom. D&D typing yes in chat. For some reason.
Yeah. He died on Hailrake. DeadandDoom was saying someone would die on Hailrake. Is UberElite a prophet? I think this might be confirmed right now. Highly surprising. That might... Oh, almost dying again.
Oh, no.
That might indeed be why DeadandDoom decided to pick up that life node. He's done maybe a few ranger practices and realizes that, hey, this is kind of sketchy. That extra life node makes a difference.
Yeah, D&D knew what was up, saying, hey man, that life node allows me to play a bit more aggressive, and it's actually more damage, more DPS than an actual damage node.
And DeadandDoom is running through and fine. Didn't have any issues with Hellrake. He's moving on, so that life node might have actually been the right play. Usually I'd think the damage node would be the way to go as a start, but that extra flat life makes a difference.
I'd like to point out that D&D has Moosefeed boots already.
Really?
Yes, like you're just like, really? Come on, bro, really?
Damn, nicely done. Oh, gets an alchemy as well, and he's got a short bow. He might whack that on there, or he might save it for like a long bow.
I think he's gonna use it on a bow because getting damage, when you especially when you already have move speed, you're gonna want the damage.
Yeah, if you say the risk is if you save it for like a long bow or something, you might get an essence between now and then that you can chuck on there instead. So you just like kind of wasted the opportunity of using that alch earlier and getting that time bonus. But he'll wait till the last possible moment when he's about to equip the short bow before doing that. That is always the right strategy. I wonder what their endgame
bow will be. The composite is level 13 or 14, I believe. Should be able to equip that before Vaal. I wonder if they'll stick to short bows or try to roll one later on.
Yeah, for sure. Like you can skip from as a ranger, you can skip from short bow to composite bow if you get a decent short bow, because long bow is kind of slow. But a long bow that's reasonably rolled can also easily outperform even an okay composite bow too. So it's pretty flexible, I feel. There's not as many choices. There's only bows. There's not like many different weapon types you can alternate between, like you can with the other skills.
So a bit of lore here from Mr. Moore saying Goratha usually mained ranger in racing seasons, so he might be at a competitive advantage right now.
Yeah, definitely. If you've raced as a ranger a lot in the past in actual ranger races, then you'll have a fair bit more experience. Things have probably changed a little bit since the last race season.
Yeah, it's been a while, but
it's definitely still like the playstyles and such are still pretty similar though. And shrapnel shot was definitely a thing in the last race seasons with ranger, so we maybe not too different.
Seems to be paying off so far though. Looks like Goratha is in the lead. He's already passed waypoint. I believe he's passing Gaduka right now if he hasn't already passed him. With D&D just ahead of the waypoint. Ventrua is also on the ledge. Has he passed the waypoint? I can't tell. And UberElite is not too far behind in the submerged pass. It should be entering ledge shortly.
Goratha and DeadandDoom both swapping to their short bows. DeadandDoom short bow has a little bit of bonus physical damage on it, as well as a little bit of life gain on kill. Helps out to keep you topped up as you're clearing packs.
So D&D did alch his short bow and rolled 2 to 4 flat fives along with cold res, left gain kill, mana gain kill. Which I believe you just actually mentioned. Going over it in my head.
Just
reiterating it, you know. My apologies.
In case anyone missed that.
I'd also like to confirm that the player named Twitch chat in the top right is D&D. I think in future races, players should have their name in there. The nicknames are cool, but otherwise we have to mention Twitch chat is D&D 50 times throughout the race.
Maybe it's a little confusing for some people that are just joining and be like, who's in the first?
Twitch chat, wait, is that me? I'm racing right now? Yo, give me the wheel, let's go.
Yeah, this could be confusing for players when they think, oh, am I racing right now? I should probably be focusing. Exactly. It can really throw you off. You're like, I was supposed to be going to work, but I didn't realize I was racing.
Speaking of gear, Goratha's the only player with a quiver right now, but it's just a 2.0 quiver, giving a bit of accuracy. Shouldn't have too big of an effect at low levels.
Man, I always forget quivers when I'm like leveling a ranger. I go for ages, and I'm like, wait a minute, I forget you can equip something with a two-hander on a ranger.
Goratha takes the opportunity to go down here. What goes in like that? He saw a puncture in the Brutus burst. Will he pick that up again? Picks up puncture, decides not to get the totem. Will he check for a quiver? I am very curious. So he indeed does. Oh, but he does get the quiver. I was a bit worried he's about to mouse over it or skip it. Picks it up. Picks up his Out Cold. Probably swap his onslaught for Out Cold for the Brutus fight.
So when you're playing attack builds, you're looking for gloves are a good source of damage. Your weapon, obviously. Jewelry, also a source of damage. But as a ranger, you have that one extra slot, which is the quiver, which can also roll damage rolls. So that's a big one. And that flat damage, that additional flat damage is a pretty big deal in these races. So getting a quiver early and chucking like a spare transmute if you have one on there is not a bad choice.
Speaking of flat damage sources, UberElite picking up a rare coral amulet, having a chance of rolling some flat damage. And the regen should be nice too. He does have a wisdom, but he's still in ledge right now. He's possibly saving the wisdom to get a nice vendor session once he reaches lower prison. Wanted to get like a second iron ring, life flask, etc.
Goratha chroming some 3-link gloves, trying to get some colors. Gets chromatic colors. So I guess if worse comes to worse, you can vendor those for a chroma.
My goodness.
I look over, like, what is Havoc talking about? Look over to DeadandDoom's stream. Oh yeah, that seems about right. Is this in upper prison? No, it's in lower.
It's in lower, but come on, man. Who has he paid off? What has he done? Nah, I'm just speechless right now. Moving on, we have Goratha in the top left, fighting an essence of contemporary. Now going really low though, has to be careful. Ooh. It will pick it up. Gets a heavy bolt as well. Show up some stat issues, if there are any.
So he could opt to put that on his short bow here, and it looks like he is for the faster and safer Brutus kill. Gets a pretty good bow. Looks like IPD and flat physical from the Contempt itself. Pretty much what you want.
Goratha, however, is the first player to enter upper prison. I believe he's been leading D&D the whole race. Scleration Shrine.
Wow.
Not enough.
Very nicely done. And now he's got better damage for sure as well, so his Brutus kill is probably going to be quite a bit faster. He's got that damage quiver and also the really nicely rolled short bow.
What do you catch what his rolls are? Because our watcher is not showing it at the moment.
Yeah, it was increased physical damage and flat physical from the Contempt at least, if not something else on there as well.
Nice. Very nice for Goratha. See how his kill goes. Just have 2 iron rings as well, along with the rustic sash. Should have really big damage, and wow, that damage looks really good.
The puncture does look pretty flaccid because it just looks like an auto attack, but the damage on it is actually very good, especially when Brutus decides to have a run around and he gets.
Oh, it gets hooked back in, teleports back, bit of desync there, makes it out just fine.
Goratha's playing on predictive.
Interesting.
Maybe
I'd like to point out,
yeah,
it could be the lazy spikes, but look, bit of discrepancy here. D&D going for the Burning Arrow Siege Ballista strategy on Brutus versus Goratha's Puncture Shotgun Shot strategy.
Interesting. Might be both very good single targets. I think that Puncture is probably quite a bit better on Brutus.
Looks like while we were focused on the Brutus kills, Ventrua just picked up a second Quicksilver not too long ago. This will allow him to speed ahead, catch up.
Very nice.
And you could argue that is huge in a race like this.
Yeah, it's definitely huge on a ranger race. The uptime on your blink arrow is minimal, so your running is crucial, important. It's like it's got less uptime than Flame Dash does. It goes a little further and jumps stuff a bit easier, but you need your run speed. It's a big deal.
Exactly. Uber is doing his vendor right now. He has started 2 minutes behind the other racers due to a timer error early on. So we'll judge what his Brutus timer will be.
Yeah, we can't judge just based on kind of the appearance of where he is at. So if he ever gets to the same point as the other racers alongside of them, then we'll know he's going very fast.
Yeah. It's like Goratha will be the first player to enter the ship graveyard. D&D not too far behind. He's attacking spears now, trying to get the onslaught up, keeps on moving ahead. Trying to manage his Quicksilver charges perfectly. Wants to utilize all of them before he reaches the level up for maximum efficiency here. It's a large life class. Exactly what he wants. Saves a bit of wisdom there. Keeps it right away.
Very nice. Bonus fusing. Bit of extra jewelry in there.
Can you trade the fusing for a courtesy orb? In Act 2.
What does fusing even vendor for in Act 1, if anything?
I am not too sure.
Scroll of Wisdom fragment?
Well, you wouldn't want to straight up vendor it. I'm just wondering if there's any trade opportunities at the vendor.
Yeah.
You could just opt to keep it as well if he gets a 2-link item that could potentially turn into a 3-link.
it's difficult to make use of orbs of fusing in shorter races, but yeah, you can play the odds if you ever pick up something like that that's got a few extra sockets on it. Fusing can become a chance orb. Okay, that's actually significant. Is that in Act 1? No.
That would be if it was an Act 3 race. That'd be pretty big since if they're playing melee builds, they get their Gravicious reward, get that War Chief going.
Yeah, might not come into play here though.
Looking at the play, Goratha is super far ahead. He's almost done Cavern of Wrath right now. You know, has no move speed. Still on a single Quicksilver. Has he transmuted it? He hasn't transmuted it yet. You could argue that his damage is just carrying from. He just entered the Cavern of Anger while D&D has just entered the Cavern of Wrath. He's a full zone ahead. Uber fighting Brutus at roughly the same time that Ventrua fought Brutus, so you could say he's on pace with Ventrua again. Very similar to the previous runs. Ventrua getting a pair of rare boots. Fully ideaed. He does not get move speed, gets mana, dex, mana regen. Mana regen would be nice. He is on low mana right now, only on a small mana flask. You could argue that is a big upgrade.
Doesn't alch them. Saving his out for a weapon later instead.
I think we could agree that is the correct choice. While single target. So. It's a large area to lose time. It's like DeadandDoom is running similar strategies as D&D, going for the Siege Ballista and Burning Arrow strategy. Well, he still has a bit of puncture too. Looks like he spent a wisdom to get an extra level 4 gem.
There you go, DeadandDoom with a very nice Brutus kill. Goratha and DeadandDoom just duking it out here. Kind of swapping back and forth each race on who's taking the lead. It's going to be very interesting to see what their overall times come down to.
This might be the first race that D&D does not claim rank 1 overall. This would be an upset. First phase going down easily. Let's take a look at his links. What is he in right now? He's have a 3-link shrapnel shot, onslaught, and added cold damage.
Looks like he's got a chance to bleed on his puncture as well. A bit of extra damage.
Fortunately, Merville second phase does not walk around too much. He can't get that extra added damage. But 1550, so wow.
Ooh, not bad.
1550 Merville kill. Taking a look at our Merville times. That would have been pretty competitive. Kind of makes you think.
Ranger is actually pretty good in Brutus and Mervale. I'm surprised we didn't see any Ranger.
Did not see a single Mervale. Yeah, pardon me, a single Ranger in the Mervale burst.
Didn't see any Mervales in the Mervale race. Would have been scary.
That would have been very interesting. All of our players reaching the maximum time. We just had to roll the wheel to see who progressed. D&D fighting Mervale right now in the top right. The shrapnel shot, Siege Ballista strategy. So allow him to possibly play a bit more aggressive on Fidelitis. The toughest boss in the race. Oh, he has Mirage Archer. Very interesting gem setup here.
Yeah, that Mirage Archer is pretty good. You know, that auto attacking. Very nice for getting a bit of extra XP while continuing to run. Not as good as your Frost Bombs, but in the same kind of mindset.
Could say blue composite bow and rare boots. He's going to hope for 15 MS and a really nice roll here on the bow. 2 bows actually. Nicely done. Picks up random arrows. We'll see if Goratha makes a similar swap. Ventrua on the bottom left.
One of those looked good. It looked like attack speed and
15 MS dual res on the boots. Oh, baby. He is a happy camper right now, but he's taking an extremely long time to vendor. Sees the quiver. Oh, he doesn't. Almost skips it. No, he doesn't see it again. He checked twice. Get it again. You checked twice. Someone told him. Too late. He's gone. He skipped the quiver. Got a little bit of damage. Well, hopefully he can drop one now, or he sees one at his active vendor if he gets one.
Is that a 7 to 13 fizz?
Oh that's a huge my god, that's huge. Definitely synergized with the physical damage skill points on the passive tree.
Very, very nice on the composite bow there. Yeah, he's gonna keep that aside. Like I was talking about earlier, skipping longbow entirely, just rocking the short bow until the composite bow, and now having a good composite bow, he's not gonna worry about looking for longbows at all. He's just gonna wait until he's the right level to equip that at this point. The short bow will carry him well enough until then.
I wonder if any player will get a Vaal orb and Vaal the Rain of Arrows.
Rain of Arrows is pretty spicy. It's one of those things that if it happens, then yeah, give it a try if it takes you like no extra time. I would go for it. If you got it though, that would be pretty exciting.
That'd be exciting. What is exciting as well for Ventrua is a rare longbow drop. It is not a composite bow, but you can definitely equip that right away. So like UberElite has already equipped a longbow. We'll find out the roles in just a moment. Goratha swapped Rain of Arrows. Does he have Mirage Archer linked to it? Let's find out. Does not seem to be the case. It's probably also out of cold.
I love how Goratha was swapping out of his shrapnel shot, had his shrapnel shot gem on his mouse cursor, was attacking with Rain of Arrows, with it still on his mouse cursor, kills the pack, continues moving, and then puts his shrapnel shot in his inventory.
Nicely done. Although, what does he need his gem for anymore?
I don't know what he's keeping the shrapnel shot for exactly. Could have just dropped it probably. I don't think he has any plans to use it from here. Rain of Arrows and Puncture and Burning Arrow, you've just got plenty of choices for single target. Shrapnel shot's a decent single target, but I think what he's got is fine.
I'd like to point out, Uber just found a Barrage gem, potentially saving him a transmute. And he has a big smile on his face. Is Barrage a secret strat for the Ranger kill?
I don't know. I've always felt like Barrage just feels awful early in the game compared to the other single target skills.
I think Roa definitely is superior, but you know, maybe he's done some testing and said, hey, Barrage is pretty good. You could just be laughing though at the fact that he got it, so we'll find out momentarily when he hits level 12.
Yeah, maybe. That Rain of Arrows is looking very nice. Rain of Arrows did get some buffs and mechanic reworks in the recent expansion, and it's pretty damn good these days. It's always been a choice for racing for Rangers.
Taking a look at the top left here, we have Goratha already 20-minute Fidelitis kill. Nicely done. I don't even think he got hit there. He might have gotten hit, but did not go low to my knowledge.
Really solid kill.
Really good kill. It does not have a totem. In person to other players using the blink arrow as a decoy instead.
Yeah, the totem is not a lot of extra damage, but it does act as that decoy just like it does with the melee characters. Distracting the boss sometimes can be very helpful.
So we have some
Goratha did roll his quiver with some extra, quite a bit of extra fire damage there as well.
That is really good. 5% fire. That's crazy. I was just about to give some gear updates. D&D, HK Twitch chat in top right did pick up a serrated arrow quiver of success. 6 life gain on kill. Should be nice for some stain as he takes down Fidelitis. UberElite just has 8 dex on his longbow, so that is a bit unfortunate. We'll want a better bow than that. But speaking of longbows, Ventrua has a 72 IPD longbow.
72? That's 72 right there. It's got a hybrid physical percentage and regular physical percentage as well.
RNG giving a bit of favor early on.
But that's a longbow that'll skip the composite slot, like we were talking about earlier. You won't need to look for a composite bow.
Uber having, I want to say, a bit of, was it bad luck, bad RNG, bad layouts? Not too sure what the case is, and so we were focused on Goratha and D&D going head to head. But 1912 is definitely something he can do better at, and has done better at before in previous practice attempts.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be being on Ranger. Like, this might be a decent time for him being on Ranger, I think.
I know Uber does enjoy playing Ranger, though.
Yeah, that's true. I know he's a fan of the Ranger.
Definitely prefers it over the melee and caster builds, to my knowledge.
I always feel a bit of kinship with my with other racer buddies who like Rangers. I'm like, yeah, it's good, man. Enjoy my Ranger action too. Always good to see.
Yep. Gets a blue composite bow off Merville. We'll see if he IDs it momentarily. He's gonna want an upgrade there. His 8 dexterity on his longbow isn't doing too much at the moment. I'd like to point out that Ventrua skipped a ghosted rare skeleton that he did get to half HP. Just feeling the pressure on him.
You already got it that far. I guess like you're in too deep.
Yeah, I think he's just attacking the main pack and just hit him on the side. Oh my god, this is unethical. 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 Unethical.
Uber doing whatever he needs to do to catch up. Does not matter. He hits his acceleration shrine button that he's got hotkeyed on his keyboard a few more times. And,
did you see how fast that first phase went down? My goodness, with Mirage Archer. And then the blink. Oh, it's dead. Wow. It's
you look at this and you think, Ranger doesn't look so bad, eh?
Hey, Ranger's pretty good. Just get 2 acceleration shrines. Oh my, 6 to 11. Fire damage on the gloves too. D&D, aka Twitch chat, in the top right is a happy camper. But even with 2 acceleration shrines, and you'd argue some fairly good RNG in terms of item drops, he's still behind Goratha, who is in the lead at the moment.
Yeah, Goratha maintaining a lead still. DeadandDoom's gear is insane. That now that he's got that composite bow equipped, his just damage is going to be absolutely bonkers.
He has 15 MS too. 15 MS,
15
double acceleration shines, really good gear. Oh, his comp's about 713 fizz, 10 attack speed, which I believe you mentioned earlier.
Nutty. Absolutely nutty.
Absolutely
10 attack
nutty.
speed, super juicy.
Life, lightning res, accuracy, int on his helmet. He has everything everywhere. And this allows him to surpass Goratha and get to Creighton first. But Goratha is still not too far behind. He still has a chance to claim first place.
Goratha's really going to be looking for a new bow soon. Like, he's starting to feel the pain of having that short bow at this point. Like, it was alright when he found it, but it's getting a bit too late. He's maybe going to want to consider like vendor crafting one if he finds a blacksmith, or just keeping an eye out for any drops that he might get.
2407 Creighton kill for D&D. Goratha's on the Creighton fight as well. He's got his work cut out for him. He's to a DPS away. Creighton's at 50%. Taking a look at our other racers. Uber's at the 22-minute mark. He's pushing ahead. Chimerson's level 1. 22 is definitely a slower time for him, but he still has a chance to catch up, possibly for 3rd or 2nd place. Ventrua is in Weaver. At a rough Weaver showing in previous race. See if those issues re-emerge or if he's learned any lessons from before.
Goratha opting to purchase a composite bow, realizing it's getting a bit too late.
Like a tap distance, throws instantly throws it on. I don't even think he looked at the rolls. He's just like, oh, that looks pretty good.
It doesn't even matter. He's
I
having a look
see
at
flat
it now.
LD and flat fizz. That's not bad,
Okay.
not bad.
Yeah, not too bad. Definitely a good choice to use that opportunity after coming back from Creighton to pick up that composite bow.
Exactly.
Perfect timing. He didn't want to be on that short bow any longer, and he knew that, and he took advantage of the timing. Plus having that essence banked, really nice.
Dodging the GD.
There's a lot of detonates
really
out there.
good with the weapon swaps here. But D&D, you could argue, has more single target with the Mirage Archer, with the Totem. Goratha's missing out on that, but he does have the Puncture instead.
Yeah, I really like DeadandDoom's setup, actually. Looks really, really smooth.
Yeah, along with the RNG, he does have a different setup in comparison to Goratha. 25-45 Vaal Ruins entrance. Chat asking who will get the prizes if Twitch chat wins. Everyone in chat will get prizes. No, I'm just kidding. D&D will be getting the prize. That is the player in the top right now.
He will graciously accept it on your behalf, chat.
Exactly.
So you'll have to go to DeadandDoom if you want to ask for your share of the prize. 1/3000th of some microtransactions.
Easy split, right?
How do you divide 5 mystery boxes among 3,000 people?
I'm sure it'll have a couple of extra Chaos Mystery helmets so you can spread those around. Goratha with a 2630. Vaal Ruins entrance. So I have not seen D&D run into too many dead ends just yet. Seems to recognize the curve perfectly. Should be entering Vaal Ruins. Pardon me, Northern Forest shortly.
Skips the Grand Life loss there. I think you'd not be expecting to hit the level for Grand. What level is that one again?
Level
Is that
18.
20 or 18?
It's level 16 though, and immediately equips his gloves. The ones with the crazy flat damage on them.
Going up then. Might have missed it.
I feel like he's been getting all the items this run. You know, he gets like 10 MS boots and like flat fist gloves, and then he gets 15 MS boots, and then like 8 to 16 or whatever it was, like flat LD gloves. Like every slot he's just getting upgrades after upgrades. Item RNG is on his side right now. What time does Goratha need to get to ensure he has a chance? So DeadandDoom's average right now is 31.16. Goratha is at 32.27. And in the current race, he's around roughly a minute behind. He's going to need a 2-minute swing here, right? And start to get a minute ahead to have a chance.
Despite DeadandDoom's comments pre the races regarding the 3rd class choice and the timing it would take, I don't think this is going to end up being much slower than the other classes. He's going to be too far behind on his Ranger run here.
Yeah. There has been no run over 35 minutes so far. Ventrua did have a 34.57, but that was with a death penalty, I believe. Looks like Goratha running into big dead end though. He's not too happy about that one. D&D already in the caverns. He is pushing it, not making any mistakes. Nicely done. Wall ruins prove it might be Goratha's demise. Looks like he does have a zigzag layout. See if he can recognize it. Looks like he is recognizing it. Maybe he's about to run another dead end. I think it's south. Yeah, he realizes that. Oh no, go back. It's back down to the left. Goratha, no. Look, maybe it's that way. Maybe he's fine. Okay, he actually knows better than us.
That's why we're the casters and they are the racers.
Exactly. I'm cheering for Goratha now because I want this to be as close as possible for first place.
I love the back and forth these two have been having. This is awesome to see.
Come on, Chad. Listen, you're the Exos, but trying to hype it up for you guys. You don't gotta come on me. Come on, bro. I'm coming on right back.
Have like outdated Pepe hands.
Pepe hands. Well, speaking of races, you know, there's a chance I might be participating in next week's team race, so I throw that out there. We'll give you more info after this finale.
Very nice. I look forward to potentially casting one of your races. That should be fun.
That should be fun indeed. It's like D&D has found the ancient pyramid. He is easy to get a sub 35-minute run. Man, he sent me numerous messages. This third class is so hard. I have no luck. It's going to be above 35 minutes. I'm just going to get a 35-minute run and quit right afterwards. And then here he is just destroying sub 30 Apex Enter.
Yeah, it looks like we're looking at it like a 31-minute kill here. 32 minutes maybe max. See how good this single target DPS is on here. He's just using that rain of arrows, but it's pretty alright. That's not too bad. I saw Julius looking about the same.
Yeah, the Mirage Archer, along with the Siege Ballista setup, proving out to be decent. To be fair though, he did have 2 acceleration shrines. I think you could add like 2 minutes there, maybe? Yeah, well, maybe not 2 minutes, but like a minute, maybe, possibly.
Move speed boots.
Yeah. In comparison to other racers, he's had a bit of luck. Just a tad.
Saying OP damage XD. Being a little bit of a backhanded compliment towards his damage there, but it's honestly not that different to some of the duelists that I've seen that didn't happen to find a better weapon. That said, his gear is
3101. Dropping that is a lot of rare items. What? 3 arming axes along with a broad axe?
Oh, look at that loot filter, man. That's you did it, Twitch chat.
Twitch chat claims rank 1, wins their 3rd tournament in the row. Congratulations to DeadandDoom. Once
3101. That is an incredible.
Dude, I want to see him ID these axes. I'm excited for that. And gloves. He has 4 wisdoms.
4 is.
Identify them. We must know.
ID them. Do it. That's actually faster than his shadow run was in the first round. In the first race.
Really interesting. Let's take a look at the times. How much faster
3101 compared to 3216 for his shadow. Ranger, better than shadow.
Confirmed.
On this one sample size. Oh, we actually got some pretty nice board axe.
56 IPD, 1 to 2 fizz, along with 8 attack speed. Nicely done.
Wow.
D&D boosting chat. I finally got a mess. It only took me 9 races. Sure.
I guess that's the good thing about the burst races. They get plenty of individual races that they can finally get a highlight in. Get some nice 15% move speed boots.
Exactly. So Goratha will be getting a sub, but I still have 2nd place up for grabs right now. I do believe it is in Goratha's favor. We did have the average of 32.27 for the race. He's at 32.34 right now. His average will be going up slightly. Ventrua has a 34 average, 32 right now. So he would have needed a significant decrease in time. So it looks like Goratha will have 2nd place in the bag. Ooh, going really low though, unless Goratha dies.
Unless.
Should probably not make those claims so soon.
Don't jinx the players, Havoc.
It's the caster curse. He runs into a dead end. That's not in the bag yet.
No.
Careful.
Things can go wrong. There's a lot of little aura totems in these zones. Sometimes they can stack up in unexpected ways. Be a little careful.
Ooh, gets an undying totem along with some snakes. Makes it out just in time. Starting the Apex fight, 33-28. Taking a look at our other racers as Goratha does his final gear swaps for the fight. Ventrua is in the caverns looking for the Ancient Pyramid entrance, 33-41. It's very respectable for a ranger. Ooh, going a bit low though, getting cursed and then autoed. Many blue mobs out of him. And necromancers. Cursing him out. Oh, 40 HP? Pops his medium life flask. There's a ghosted mob ahead of him as well. Drops an alchemy. See if he decides to pick it up and says, hey, I don't need any more gear. I'm just going for it right now. Taking a look at Uber, 31-51. In the Vaal ruins.
Uber is using that barrage in the end.
Ooh, so we can definitely check out
to see how that goes.
Drops an alchemy though.
Probably not that good.
Decides not to pick it up.
Nope. He's like, no time to take advantage of it. Looking at Goratha's Vaal kill here, single target, even with the actual dedicated single target skills, seems quite a bit worse, but his gear was not quite as strong as DeadandDoom's was in terms of damage. Yeah. So maybe to be expected. Definitely a slower Vaal kill than what you see out of Shadows and Julius.
That is for sure. Take a look at Uber's comps about 63 IPD, which can make sense why he decided not to pick up the alchemy and the other comps about that was on the ground beside him.
Yeah, no, he's pretty happy with that for sure.
Also, nice 34-53. Nicely done.
Very good. That's gonna secure him second place for sure. Well done to Goratha.
D&D letting us know this is probably the Ranger world record, by the way. So congratulations on Doom. Not only winning your 3rd tournament in a row in season 2, but also setting a world record. Possibly because no one really races Ranger to Vaal, but it is a record nonetheless.
There is, that is a very, very good Ranger run right there. You can't ask for too much better than that. Even beating out the Shadow time is pretty insane.
D&D letting us know it's actually 4 tournaments in a row because he did win the finale tournament of season 1. Just making sure we can count to 4 properly. Thank you, D&D.
Well, I was saying you need to count to 5 to be a Path of Exile player.
That is true. It's like Ventrua is on the Vaal fight.
See how he's going here. How is his gear? Okay, pretty alright. No extra damage anywhere else. Decent bow. Looks like it's going somewhat slowly. It's not exceptionally fast. It's not exceptionally fast.
He did get 2 quicksilvers early on.
He is actually running out of mana as well.
That double quicksilver is proving to be an issue.
Costing him here. Does he not have any portal scrolls? He's swapping
the auto attack swap. Yes.
He's doing whatever he can here at this point. He's letting his Mirage Archer fill in for him.
If he dies and resurrects that checkpoint, could he refill his mana? I mean, I guess that would be +1 minute though, so probably not worth
it. Oh man, hilarious. There he goes. He gets the ads and gets a mana flask charge, giving enough mana. But he's just sitting there channeling his Rain of Arrows, running out of mana again. But manages to get the kill before he runs out.
53. Well done. Nicely done to Ventrua.
Well done for Ventrua. Really, really solid effort from Ventrua today. He had a really unfortunate start in one of those races with that Tidal Island mishap, but just played so well to come back from that. And had a few unfortunate run-ins.
So I believe, will that give him a rank 3 finish? Let our stack guys do the math in the meantime. Let's switch to DeadandDoom. Check out his progression to Vaal. He did start 2 minutes behind. 2 minutes behind due to a timer miss at the start. Just looking for the Ancient Pyramid right now. So in the first race, the wheel chose Goratha, and Goratha claimed first place with a large lead. Second race, it chose Ventrua, who had a really rough start, but was able to catch up and claim second. In this race, it chose Uber, who
had the misfire at the start.
Misfire. With unfortunately no comeback just yet.
I'm looking forward to seeing his actual Vaal kill here to see what the potential is, because his gear might even be on par, if not better than DeadandDoom's.
Yeah.
He's a really nice damage quiver. Pretty nice composite bow. Fair bit of extra damage on his gloves there.
Looks
Like he's going to have a pretty decent damage here, but we'll see if that barrage setup ends up actually working out for him. He got that barrage drop, and I'm skeptical of the barrage.
Yeah,
It's
a big question mark for now. We'll find out in a moment. Looks like Ventrua may have... Did Ventrua die in this run?
Yes, he had one death. I think it was in Mervel's Caverns, if I recall correctly.
I don't remember where that was. You know, so
Oh,
many
Title.
races today. Title! There we go. Right at the start.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm getting my races confused. So many races for this burst format.
I mean, well, let's give Uber a chance to claim third then. And claim a mystery box. I'm not too sure. Maybe someone can do some quick math right now. Uber might still have a chance.
Uber did. I think Uber. Yeah, that's right. Uber predicted that one. He was like, someone is definitely going to die to Hailrake in this Ranger race, and he was not wrong. Hailrake very scary, proving to be very scary for all the Rangers. DeadandDoom being the only one opting for the life, and it worked out well for him. His damage is actually really good. It looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
let's have a barrage 3 link set up. What is it linked to right now? Add a cold, and what is the red gem?
Barrage DPS actually looking pretty decent. Better than I would have expected. Yeah, no, that actually might be the fastest Vaal kill of all of them.
37-43. I think Uber did actually claim third place. Assuming our numbers are correct. Ventrua had an average of 35-32. Uber has an average of 35-14. I believe Uber has indeed claimed third place. The barrage strategy is working out.
The barrage might have made the difference there if his fight went for another 10 seconds or so.
Yeah,
Wow. Well done then.
Yeah, well done to UberElite. Congratulations on third place. Ventrua with a rough death costing him. I believe he had 2 deaths in total, right?
Yeah, I have to give him mad credit for the tenacity of just getting back into it and staying focused after the Tidal Island incident. It's like, man, a lesser person would have rage quit at that point, I feel.
Yeah, very insane run by Ventrua. Very nicely done. So without further ado, congratulations to D&D once again, claiming this 4th, 5th, 6th, I don't even know, we've lost count. Tournament win in a row. 3 in a row this season, followed by Goratha claiming 2nd place, Ventrua in 4th place, and UberElite in 3rd place. Nicely done to all of our racers. Congratulations. Let's see if we can get an interview in a moment.
Yes, congrats to all the racers. Very impressed with how kind of back and forth it's been, how much more competitive it seems like the playing field is getting overall as well. So looking forward to seeing players get better and better as the season progresses.
Definitely looking forward to it. So I think we have some quick stats available for you guys. The average run, Shadow 32.55, followed by Duelist 33.08, and Ranger definitely being the slower 35.22. Ranger proving to would have had a bit of issue with the 35-minute maximum time limit.
Yeah, in terms of the average, yeah. Those times are about what I'd expect, yeah. But Ranger proving that a good Ranger run can be competitive, though. Just have to play it really well and also get a little bit of bonus luck on top as well.
So we're just waiting for the final brackets to come in from Jamza. He's preparing it. We'll be getting it any moment right now. I believe D&D is in the interview room. Let's go and hop on over there, Ziggy.
Let us head on over then.
There is Ziggy D, and let's pull in DeadandDoom. DeadandDoom, congratulations. Hi.
Thank you. How are you doing?
Congrats, mate.
We're doing great. How are you doing? Or should we call you Twitch chat? What name do you prefer?
Twitch chat.
That's just fine.
Twitch chat it is. Well, Twitch chat, tell us how did you enjoy watching the races? Wait a minute, I'm confused.
Wait, but didn't you just race? How did you race and watch at the same time? Damn, that's crazy. No answer. Twitch from Twitch chat. Okay, secret, he says. Follow-up question. Acceleration shrines. That is what we want to talk about.
Yeah. I got one right before Vaal, I think, right? I don't remember where I got my second one though, but it's pretty lucky once again. I'm very happy with my Ranger run. I did not expect to get such a good time.
Yeah, dude, that was an insane Ranger run. I noticed your setup was a little bit different. Did you consider kind of like what different setups you might use, whether you might use a single target, and in the end you just ended up opting just go straight rain of arrows?
I did like one practice run, and I decided that it's not worth trying to set up like a barrage.
Wow, one practice run. Very good effort for one practice run there. So just like not even worth the effort to go for it then.
I don't think so.
What the classic question is, overall, across your races today, how do you feel your RNG was, man?
Definitely above average today. I'm pretty happy with that today, man.
I'm surprised to hear that from you, I'll be honest.
The only run I'm not happy with is my Shadow Vaal kill. That one really was pretty unlucky.
That's very, very nice to hear that you were very happy with your RNG overall today. Aw. Really good to hear.
So I have two questions for you. Did all the racers decide on like the order of the classes together?
No, but we've all, like, everyone's always on Shadow first, so, and we just kind of lined up, I guess.
I see. And then how did you happen to choose Ranger? Was that just like the meta because you need the movement ability in Riverways?
Well, it was either between Ranger or Marauder, but if you go Marauder is really slow, and especially you can't really use Sleep Slam because you want it all for duelist.
Right.
And Marauder without a movement ability is actually worse than Ranger.
Ah, okay. Think there's any other class? Yeah, I think that's what you're just about to ask.
Well, like Witch doesn't get onslaught, so that's Witch doesn't get onslaught, so it's pretty bad. Sign just gets like no damage, just like no way Sign can be competitive. And then you have Templar, which is just Templar is just the worst Shadow really, and if you already do Shadow, you don't have Fuzzbomb for your Templar, so it's no way it's gonna be good enough.
Yeah, that certainly makes sense. We might have to make some races that are restricted to those classes if we want to see some Templar, Witch, or Scion action, I would say.
I think our racers won't be too happy about that one. But we have a lot of time to plan the next set of solo races for the final week. The next week being most likely team pick and ban. Do you have a teammate already selected, DeadandDoom?
Yeah, I'm probably going to play with Ventrua.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Interesting.
Very nice. Great run today, man. Great run. Very entertaining and very solid plays.
Thank you.
Congratulations again, DeadandDoom, and thank you for joining us. Let's see if we can get another interview with any of our players. If not, we can just review some stats or any other things in the meanwhile. It's like DeadandDoom is still running around in the Vaal ruins just thinking about his race. Maybe we can get him in here.
Running some circles, just filling up that wall with arrows.
There it is. Goratha has graciously joined us in the interview room. Goratha.
Hey.
Congratulations on the second place finish.
Thanks.
First thoughts on the run.
Yeah, man.
Which run? I have some different thoughts on each of the runs.
Alright, well let's go through all of them then.
Take us through it.
The Shadow run, I did not actually mean to do what I did with the ledge thing. That was not intended. I kind of accidentally ran past the waypoint, and then it's like too late to turn around.
Okay.
I was like, let's just go with it.
We were thinking you got some 200 IQ strategy. I like to point out Moores was like, yo, he probably just forgot. Everyone else was like trying to theory craft.
We were like,
no, I totally forgot.
So Moores was correct. Interestingly enough.
I got kind of lucky because I had some blue packs and ledge and caught my XP off of it. Because if I got really unlucky in ledge, I would have been screwed on levels. That strat is not viable.
Okay. Did end up working out though?
Maybe a bit too risky otherwise though. What about your second race?
The duelist run, I feel so bad about that run. I don't know. I never actually practiced killing that at like really low level on duelist. It felt like my normal runs were at like level 18 or something. That's how the time was. I was like, this is level 13 instead of 18, and I had like the same time. I don't really know what happened.
Yeah, you're not sure what kind of led to your downfall in that second race then?
I guess I had like a whiteboarding axe. It didn't help. I found like a rare rustic off hillock, but I never got a whetstone. It would have helped a lot if I got a whetstone to craft that. So my damage was kind of bad, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't really know why I lost a lot of time. It couldn't
Whetstone
just
can
been that.
be a struggle for sure. Pretty hard to make that up.
The ranger run actually surprised me.
Yeah.
So I didn't
Yeah,
actually practice it at all. I was gonna get a marauder. No, zero runs. I actually was gonna get a marauder, and then like at the last second, I was talking to people, and they're like, "It's gonna be bad," and I was like, "All right, let's go ranger."
Everyone's going ranger. It's like, okay,
yeah,
let's go.
Do you know what times you got in Marauder?
I didn't actually do any marauder either.
Oh.
I felt more comfortable on marauder. I feel like.
Oh, okay.
You guys have done more marauder early game stuff at least. So
Yeah, I haven't actually played ranger that much. It's actually way better than I expected. Like the damage is actually quite high in ranger.
Yeah, like we were pretty impressed overall with how bad it wasn't. I guess it seemed like not as bad as you might have think.
It's squishy, but yeah.
There was a bit of contention on like people going for like their single target choices. We still didn't even go for a single target choice, and they were picking up a barrage and you having a few different skills. Some people using burning arrow, some people using puncture. How do you feel about like the choice of single targets, and does that make much difference?
I have no idea actually. I was just using all three of them. I mean, I saw all three of them. I was just using them.
I don't know which one's best. I'll just use all of them.
Puncture seems really good on some of those though. Like Weaver and Fidelitas. Puncture on Fidelitas was insane.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah, if you get a nice big fat hit on him on the first one there, he's just going to die by the time he bleeds to you. Like, by the time he gets to you, bleeds his way over to you. Very nice.
So looking forward to next week, before we end this off, will be team pick and ban. Do you have a teammate in mind?
Just a one teammate? I don't know.
Yeah, 2v2.
Not in particular. Maybe Hellman or Waggle, or maybe
Hellman or
more.
Waggle. Okay.
So you guys hear that? Goratha is currently looking for teammate applications. So, submit your applications with your likes and interests and availability hours.
His
DMs are open, if you know what I mean. Thank you again for joining us, Goratha. Congratulations on your second place finish.
Thanks for having me. It's fun.
Congrats, man.
All right, that was Goratha, and I believe up next to join us is DeadandDoom.
Hey.
Congratulations on your third place finish, Uber. Eking out third place by 8 seconds over Ventrua.
Yeah, I didn't have very good Vaal runs, like on any of my characters, but I'm pretty happy with at least being able to do a Vaal run on Ranger. That was fun.
Yeah, it was really good to see that we saw 4 Rangers at the end there after seeing no Rangers all weekend. Really nice to see a bit of Ranger action. I know you're a fan. How did you feel like your Ranger run went in the end?
It wasn't that great. I had a really rough time in Caverns. Like my whole Act 1, it was good up until Caverns pretty much. After that, I got a serrated composite bow off of Merville, so it was just a matter of getting to level 12, but that took a really long time. So I was just pretty far behind after that point, and never got a MS or any of that, so.
Do you know the level of RNG that D&D got in this final run?
I heard about it. I was listening to the interview, or I was looking at Chad, and he's just like, yeah, I just casually got like 10 MS, 15 MS, and then had some pretty good damage and had 2 Excel Shrines, and just like everything happened, and kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, so you actually had the chat open during the races.
No, I opened it after the race.
Ah, okay. Because there are a couple of messages saying, telling us, the casters, to fix their posture, and then we saw you physically tilted to the right side of your screen, and then we weren't sure if people actually went to your chat and told you check your posture? Because you did sit upright after he mentioned that, so.
No, I didn't.
Everything just seemed to work out and just sat up straight. All right, interesting. How about the other runs in the finals, the Shadow and Duelist run?
The Shadow run was actually more of a, I kind of like forgot what I had to do on Shadow. It was, I guess I kind of over prepared for like Brutus and all that and didn't do enough Shadow Vaal runs. Because I kind of, like, all the muscle memory was just kind of gone after Act 1. So that didn't go too well, and I didn't have that great of RNG on it. I don't think I played particularly well either. But yeah, and the Duelist run, I'm still bad at melee, so I don't think I had good RNG on that run either. I remember I went into town at level 11 into Act 2 town, and I'm like, I really need a boarding axe because I'm just using a white jade. I checked the vendor, and there's no boarding axes for
Oh
sale
yeah,
at
I remember
all.
that.
Yeah. So that was pretty rough. Also, this Shadowrun Fidelitas had 2 ghosts next to it.
Oh my goodness, did they actually end up going inside? Because we saw the tail end of the
No.
fight.
One of them ran away, and the other one got stuck in my Blade Vortex and just got stun locked. Thankfully.
Thankfully, that would have been spooky.
The last 2 runs of practice on Vaal for Ranger that I did, both times I had a rogue ghost go in Fidelitas, but Ranger has it pretty easy because it just punctures and runs away. So
I would have loved to have seen a double ghosted Fidelitas though.
And just see some crazy like loot explosions, you know, Wanderlust, Stormcloud, just something crazy.
I think the only thing exploding there would be me.
Most likely, but you never know.
Indeed.
Do you have any more questions for our racer, Mr. Ziggy?
Oh, great runs today, Uber. Very good effort, man. It's been great to see you just like continually improving and making it to these finals and putting on a good show. So thank you for that, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem. It's like coming up next, we have Ventrua. Unfortunately, had a 4th place finish today, but did end up doing quite well though overall.
4th place in the finals, though.
In the finals, yes. 4th place overall out of all 16 racers. Do not sell them short.
That's not nothing. So well done, Ventrua, and tell us about your races, man.
So the semifinals were actually not that bad, except the first one. But the finals were all a disaster. Especially, it's funny because like the worst run was the Duelist run, but it ended up being like the best run somehow. But I was so tilted at the start of the run.
Was that the Tidal Island?
I believe it
Yeah,
was.
I didn't use Ground Slam on Duelist in like a week, and I didn't realize you can Ground Slam with swords for a second. So it was really bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it was incredible to watch that race where you had like to log out in Tidal Island twice, go find a weapon because you didn't have a weapon, and then still went on to come second in that race. Like you had such a good run after that point. It was incredible to watch.
I don't know what happened to Goratha and Uber in that race, because they just got really unlucky or something.
Is 34 minutes a not so good time for Duelist, you think?
I mean, for Duelist it's pretty bad, yeah.
Okay.
It seemed like pretty much across the board, everyone had kind of rough Duelist runs.
Yeah, it was around the end of Act 2
Yeah.
that you and Uber both caught up to Goratha in that run.
I think Goratha went Sandra, right? I don't even think Sandra
his
is
single
good
target
for
was-
this.
Some may say abysmal in comparison to the double strike. The double strike was extremely strong from everyone
I
else.
think even on Sandra you still use double strike nowadays though. Like it's just so strong that it's better than Sandra. Just like do the same thing as you would do with Ground Slam, but you use double strike for single target.
Yep.
Yeah, certainly understandable. How do you feel about the Ranger race at the end there? Ranger is a little bit something different.
It actually wasn't that bad. I didn't like use Bling Arrow at all because I'm not used to it, but other than that it was pretty good, except the title incident. Felt like I played decent after title. Got pretty lucky with a blow, so it didn't even feel awful. Usually Ranger just feels bad on bosses because you have no damage.
Yeah, it can be when you have bad gear on a Ranger. It feels pretty awful. Yeah, we're hearing from most people that they're like, I actually thought the Ranger would be worse than it was. Most people are pretty reasonably happy with how it went. And yeah, it's only looked like not too bad. Is there anything you'd change kind of like about a ranger strategy if you were doing the same thing?
Not really, I think. I think you just do this. Maybe I would get level 16 earlier so I could actually use Blood Rage, because I got level 16. I think I got it in the middle of Vaal Ruins, but there was like nothing to kill afterwards, so I like didn't use Blood Rage at all basically. Which I think cost me a lot of time.
So you think it'd be worth putting in a little bit of XP earlier on to pick up that Blood Rage?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, fair enough. Do you have any thoughts on next weekend's set of events? The Team 2v2 pick and ban.
I think the team events will be really fun. We will probably see like a bunch of random skills because of the bans. I don't know if you guys plan to allow banning like support skills too.
Probably allow support skills. Or, I don't think we'll allow banning on those.
Like Onslaught, maybe like Wage can be played sometimes.
That is true. That is something to consider. Not everything's final yet.
Ooh, interesting. I have a question with this pick and ban thing. When are the bans announced? When are the picks and bans announced? Is it like right there on the moment? People have to make up last minute strategies, or ahead of time?
So like a couple minutes before the race. So like everyone will have a set time.
Okay.
So probably have a minute to get the first ban out. Swap to the other team to get the first ban. There was like an order for it. I can't remember. I think it was like one team does a ban, next team does 2 bans, another team does 1 ban. Actually, no, I think that was the picks.
Okay.
It was like one team picks once, other team picks twice, second team, and then the first team gets their last pick.
I like the sounds of that. That should be very interesting. Do you have any thoughts about like coming up with certain strategies for what you might ban other people from, Ventrua?
I really enjoyed this pick and ban last time we did it. I know I played with Heshla against Crash and Vince, I think. And we practiced a lot of Whirling Blades, but sadly they saw our practice, so they banned both Leap Slam and Whirling Blades. But it gave us Thunder, so it was pretty easy in the end.
Interesting. Interesting.
That is very interesting. I have to keep players might have to do some non-streamed practice and planning for this one, maybe.
Yeah, that definitely will be exciting.
Unethical plays like that.
Unethical, no, just trying to. It's just trade secrets. That's all.
But yeah, that's it. It's part of it. It's part of the strategy. It's really good seeing your runs today, Ventrua. I think you played really well. Had a few unlucky moments, but played really well despite it, and kept you cool despite some pretty rage quitty moments. So well done for that, man.
Thanks, and thanks for hosting the events too. It was really fun, even though the Act 1 events are kinda RNG, but ended up working out okay, I would say. I mean, DeadandDoom still won, so it can't be like pure RNG, right?
Yeah, just consistently wins no matter what we do in terms of race events. He just keeps on going at it, keeps on claiming it.
I feel like it's getting closer and closer though.
It definitely is getting closer.
To him. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you again, Ventrua, for joining us.
Cheers, mate.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. It is pretty late over in the EU realm. So to summarize today's events, DeadandDoom claiming first place, as usual, some would say 31-11, followed by Goratha, second place 33-15, Ventrua 35-32, pardon me, UberElite 35-14 with Ventrua, and fourth, overall 35-32. So, DeadandDoom will be claiming his Tortoise Pet, Rabbit Pet, Brilliant Crown, Chaos Orb Helmet, and 5 mystery boxes as his first place prize. You can expect those shortly. Taking a look at next week's events, we have some announcements to make. I will be traveling to Ireland, and during that time I will be participating in the team race with Mr. Zizarin, and hosting the events will be Ziggy and Raise QT, so you can look forward to that. Bit of a change it up, caster racing.
I'm so nervous. So Havoc does all this organization work behind the scenes and manages everything, and I'm going to be attempting to take over from that. I will do my best, guys, but maybe don't expect
All right.
the same
I'll give
level
you a
of quality.
step-by-step guide after today's stream. We'll make sure you got it. We'll figure it all out.
I'll do my best.
So without further ado, thank you for watching this week's events, and stay tuned for next week.
Oh yeah.
You're supposed to say thanks for watching.
You didn't say goodbye though.
Alright. Try.
You ruined it.
You ruined it. You were supposed to say
It's not happening. Bye chat. Bye everyone.
thanks for watching. Okay, try three. Alright. Thank you for tuning in this weekend.
Oh god, ruined. Oh, and thanks for watching.
That was pretty skunk. I'm gonna go for the try 4.
Okay, try 4.
Without further ado, thank you again for tuning in this weekend.
And thanks for watching.